Yeah, so True Detective, am I right? Like, season 3 I mean, it's pretty good, but it doesn't match 2. It just doesn't.
Have you watched or even looked into The Sinner with Bill Pullman?
I did. After you had mentioned it, I went and looked it up. I didn't realize it was an ongoing series. It's it called it a police procedural, and I was like, I don't know if I want to watch, Law and Order, SVU.
It's ongoing, but each season, it's like True Detective. Each season has its own like major event.
Right.
You know?
Is it actually? So it's a true anthology series. Each season it changes. Pullman's not in the whole thing.
No, Pullman's in all of them. He's the detective in all of it.
Okay.
But each one is a different thing. It's worth the watch, man. I was like, yeah, this is kind of iffy, but then I watched it like, okay, this is fantastic. I am balls into this.
Okay.
Like,
so,
I think, shit, I'm trying to remember what the first one.
I'll download a few episodes from perfectly legitimate sources online and see what's going on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first one was the like cult. That was pretty good.
All right.
Or no.
Wait a minute,
was,
shit. Sinatra, we're live.
What? No way.
Way.
What? I had no idea.
People were asking in chat, why so surly? I'm not surly at all. I'm excited. It's a beautiful day.
Hey, fella, do you like Kern's bread?
Oh, well, gee, I don't know. I guess.
You gotta be positive.
Bonk. Michael, thank you for the $10. Love you guys. Well, thank you, Michael. The love is greatly appreciated. And Manic, right before we started, thank you for the $9 with no statement at all. But there doesn't need to be a statement from Manic. She's just awesome on her own, and such and the like. Thank you, Manic.
I'll tell you what I'll do real quick, Polly. I'm going to put the Halloween donations back on just in case anybody hits them up. You could see how good they were.
Yeah, no, I only got to see the 3 on Monday, and they all were good. Especially the Alfred Hitchcock one. The first one was the weirdest one. These two weird ghostly images come together and form, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It was yeah, I had to take the surly face off because no surly Otter today. Happy Otter today.
Oh, today's a good day,
yeah.
sir.
The salt is flowing, the cope is real, and Virginia's sacred soil has reddened.
And not in the violent way.
No, not at all. No, in the fun GOP way. Yeah, Drunkle isn't
they're
here
still
yet,
refusing to call Jersey.
Dude, but have you looked at the numbers? 49.6 to 49.6. Like, oof.
Oh, it is that close. Huh?
Yeah, dude, it's separated by like 900 votes at this point when there's like 1.1 million in, like for each. You know what I mean?
Hold your fire! This man isn't black. What?
Mum's net heart.
I let fuck. I went, I got ages, yeah. And then I went, wait.
I told you.
And you came in just when a donation came up. I was about to say, well, Drunkle's not here to read his own donation, so that's not gonna.
Happens every year. My bad.
All right,
My bad.
Hold on, let me bring you back and put up. There you go. You get the Marie Antoinette today. There you are.
Ah, good man. That keeps my ears warm. It was Michael who donated $10 whole to say Mum's net. No! Very much Michael.
I like how Drunkle's like fading away in the fucking picture.
And in life.
Good evening.
Keeping that one then.
No, I just turned it back on. So in case one came up, it showed a thing with the thing. But I didn't have it open and I'm trying to talk. Oh, let's do it again.
Good evening.
Good evening. Manic and Michael, happy birthday, Sanute, and Manic, no comment. Thank you much,
Manic doesn't need to make comments.
Nope,
her
just
presence is
her
a
presence
commentary.
here.
Oh, excuse me.
Are you excited there?
Yeah, no, I am. It was a hell of a thing to find out. I'm not happy that there we go.
Freedom.
Guider Fort Niner, thank you for the $1. Dust off your pickaxes, folks. The salt veins are rich tonight. What's on the menu tonight, Polly? Well, I'll tell you what's on the menu. It is a mixed bag of this or that. We got some weird things happening. McDonald's marketing department sucks. We're gonna find that out. Yeah, we got some Oculus Quest strangeness. COVID showing up places nobody ever thought that it would. We've got some salty cope going on, titularly.
Oh, so much coke, dude. So much coke.
Yeah, it's good fun. China's acting strange. Go figure.
What?
Yeah, I know.
No.
People are sending strange things through airport luggage. There's all kinds of strange stuff.
How very out of character for China.
I know. Usually everything's on the straight and narrow. Nothing weird happening.
Yeah. What the fuck was that? Was
you-
that me?
Are you playing with a balloon?
I gotta crack.
Hold your fire! This man isn't black! What?
Wow.
Is that a black wolf sandwich?
Virginia and New Jersey are getting based. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy birthday, Sanute. All aboard the Woo train, AHBW. Thank you, Blackout. And Dabob, Dumfries. Dem fries.
I'm not them fries.
Virginia. I think you mean Dumfries, but Dumfries, Virginia, isn't doing government building gun control tonight. Going over to call the council ignorant dumbasses for considering it, Virginia. Citizen Defense League promise me. Hopefully council reconsiders with all the red from last night.
Punctuation is important. It's the traffic lights of language. Really? Nothing? No, like, oh, yeah, no, that's true. How very deep, Drunkle. Manic through $10. No message. Once again, just being manic. You tell him, Steve Dave, I've got part 2 here.
Of what?
It just says part 2. Is that part 1?
Yeah, well, I was supposed to tell him. Say it.
Part 3?
All right, let's see. You tell him, Steve Dave. Oh, I got part 3. Okay.
Part 3.
Okay. All right. So we gotta wait.
Another season of scares has passed. Scares? Oh, Halloween. Blood stained several lawns, swamps, and other places weasels were flung to. The Otter Marines returned home. Until next time, they were summoned. However, Steve Dave has left unsatisfied with the AAA's chat.
Really?
That was part 1, right? Okay. Part 2 says, 'twas a bloody season. Corpses of varieties of hostility. What the that's not a word. Soiled people's homes and people's cars. Why such carnage? The ratio. It was left to ruin. In shambles. Similar to the chaos wrought by this hollow man whom foretold such acts would come true. Getting fucking epic out here.
And part 3, alas, the destruction was not covered on any meeting last month. In a dank, dark hole in the asylum of a deranged degenerate was him, his mustache and hair standing on end. He shivers in his straitjacket. A single word bellows from his cell. Fuckers.
That was all right.
That was pretty good.
That was all right.
You're so good, you're giving Polly coughing fit.
Yeah, you know what? See, here's the thing. So I'm talking to this lady friend, right? And she's like, you gotta stop smoking, you gotta stop smoking. You know women.
Oh, why are they always trying to stop us enjoying ourselves, Polly?
Boom. Yeah, and the grouping's fine. It doesn't matter. His rhythm is excellent. Stop that. Stop
getting any better.
JK49, thank you for the $7. A cheerful little daddy to celebrate. Diddy. A cheerful little ditty to
A tiny little father.
A cheerful little ditty to celebrate Virginia and the Minneapolis repeal the police bill. Fail. Woo! It's a white pill kind of day.
Somebody said this last night. They're like, every governor Biden endorsed lost
Died.
or has not
Mysterious
won
circumstances.
yet. And I'm like, that's the way to put it.
And going
And now Biden's out. I don't know if you have this, but now Biden's out there going, this wasn't a referendum on me
right.
endorsing the Virginia candidate.
Yeah. And when you read articles all over, there was a UK article. Bonk. Slim Johnson, thank you for the $2. Bonk, also Drunkle.
Johnson!
You too.
I met him.
Never met me.
I've met Johnson.
Johnson!
The phrase of my day yesterday, like, well, early morning, whatever, I sleep weird hours, it's fine, is shockwin.
Shockwin?
That's what
I haven't
that's
seen
what
that one.
that's what BBC's calling it.
Sounds like a black woman's name.
It's the Virginia
It's a new
election.
black wrestling diva.
They're calling it a shockwin. I don't know. I love that phrase.
Oh,
I
a
don't know.
shock win. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm hearing Shackwin.
I'm throwing it together as one word because I'm like, guys, it's not a shock win. It's a shock win. It's.
Don't you fuck with Shackwin either, mate.
And you get the strangest things happening over there. It's like governor that Biden endorses does not win, as governor associated that refused to repudiate Trump gains victory. And I'm like, do you understand how our electoral system works at all? You didn't even mention the two people that were actually running. This is the.
Shackwin did all that.
Well, yeah, that's why it was. That's why it was a shock win. It's like, wait a minute, if the Republicans won, why isn't Trump governor? I don't understand. It's the poor British; they don't get it at all. But,
I heard
mean,
it was
true that.
seized. Republicans seized.
I haven't read that one yet. That's great. That's
and
good
of course,
salt.
there's pounce. Republicans pounce.
Yeah, Republicans
Been
seize
pouncing?
on. One of my favorites is Van Jones. He's been having all the hot takes. Good old Van, with his $100 million.
Oh, man.
He's like, this is only because they jumped on critical race theory. They pounced, if you will, and scared the hell out of he rode America's parents to victory as fighting for America's families. That's the way that this happened. That's how they charged the white electorate. They are excited,
I think
the
I
white
put it
electorate.
up on the stream last night. Van Jones said it was white backlash that caused the victory or defeat, however you want to look at it.
I just like the idea of Republicans pouncing like a cat. You know, they're hidden in the bushes, and they got ass up in the. Maybe they do that little ass wiggle before they're about to. Just exactly like a cat. And then boom!
Taxation is theft.
Oh! God damn it, motherfucker!
God damn it, motherfucker!
Fuck your 30%, you too.
Whatever. Taxation.
That never fails to make me laugh, that one, man.
Mando Raider, thank you for the $6. Kid says to man walking with him in the woods at night, I'm cold and scared. The man says back, yeah, well, think how I'm going to feel when I have to walk home back alone. And now it's time to try and run out of my character limit. Haha, still going.
Hey, man, good for you.
Well, are you...
One of my favorites was a guy who was about to get executed. They bring him up to the gallows, and he looks up at the other guy and goes, is this thing safe?
From where?
What?
Oh, you mean like that's just a joke two idiots in a bar told
Just
each
a
other?
joke.
Oh, I thought you were,
No, actually, I mean,
I thought you were going to say, you don't remember that
from
from The Life of Brian or something like that,
I've only seen that one once.
I told a joke and you were waiting. You were waiting for the scathing response from myself that no one understood the reference that didn't exist.
Correct. What, no one's seen whatever the fuck?
How you know me.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you
Nobody
never seen a public
obscure British
execution?
show?
Yeah,
You got that's the obscure British shows, yeah. That's apparently where I get all my jokes.
But yeah, dude, the fallout of last night has been hilarious to watch.
Yeah, haven't been sort of called a woke lash. Yeah, well, I guess. They in the sense of like, I wish they would understand it that way. It's like, oh, well, they're combining all. Well, I'll get to that story when I talk about it because the anger and the confusion and it's the white people, the white voters, and it's like if you could talking about any group at all with this level of disdain, you are so fucking salty and the cope is so fucking real. You lost a governorship. Virginia flipped blue. It's been red for a long time. Look what the fuck they tried fucking pulling. We're gonna raise taxes. We're gonna take all your guns. We're gonna introduce all of these draconian measures in terms of law enforcement. We're thinking about all of these COVID mandates. And you lost the governorship? That's shocking. You know how that happened, right? White people, or your shitty fucking policies, you bunch of fucking commies.
I mean, you're exactly right. And Biden won Virginia by, I think it was 11 or 12 points, and they lost the governor by 10. So he lost 10 points.
Can you guys fix this for me?
This is an ice cream shop.
Okay, can you guys fix this for me? And can I get a scoop of chocolate, please?
haven't seen that one in a while. Okay, butter my balls.
AAA does not condone the use of guns in ice cream stores.
Yeah, right. No matter.
But it is funny.
No matter how many videos there are of men pointing guns at women, we don't condone that activity here on the AAA.
You say it's men pointing guns at women, like it's pointing guns at men is absolutely fine, but it's like whenever we need to stop violence against women. You're being too specific here, girl. How about we just stop violence?
Yeah, right,
Uncle?
It kind of implies.
Sit down.
Yeah, we're. It's not the kind of place where you want to start shit. I just.
I've got a pointed stick to defend myself with right now.
He's got a fluffy hat.
Sinatra, I'm telling you, you gotta get into the SIG game, man. You'll be happy you did.
As soon as I stop being car poor, I will.
Fair enough. All right, Butter My Butterballs donated $1, part 1. Writer of the song, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Sarah Josephina Hale, convinced President Abraham Lincoln to officially declare Thanksgiving a national holiday after 3 decades of persistent lobbying. And part 2, from Butter My Butterballs, thank you for the $1. Lincoln actually wrote the proclamation just a week after his last letter in 1863, earning her the name the Mother of Thanksgiving.
She had all of that fucking Mary Had a Little Lamb money behind her, didn't she?
Yeah.
It was an instant hit, you know. With things like that, you don't really think about who composed that fucking song, do you? It's just, as far as I know, it's always existed. When you said the woman who fucking wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb, I'm like, whoa, someone wrote that? I mean, of course they fucking wrote it, but it's as old as the fucking hills, isn't it?
Yeah, and then Edison went on to self-promote the shit out of himself, as he always did, stealing other people's ideas. Recorded on the first phonograph, in case you don't know, was Edison saying Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Mary Had a Little Lamb, yes.
Yeah, okay. You tell him, Steve Dave, thank you for the $14. Pointing guns at women is wrong, Steve Dave, you stop that. Along with my marvelous read, you peeps did, my favorite donation is the bi-weekly paycheck to support independent creators like the Mafia Otter, or Mafa Otter. Creeping me out, Sinatra, Jesus. Or Mafa Otter, if you will. Been a long time since we... Mafodder. Yeah, Mafodder. The Mafodder, if you will. Been a long while since we had this one. I need a new keyboard as is. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I gotta find out. Drunko, you've got a membrane keyboard, right?
I don't like to brag about it, but yeah.
Did the keys come off? I got some schmutz under mine.
Yeah, the keys come off of every keyboard, mate. Yeah.
Well, you know what? On my Hewlett-Packard laptop, one of the keys came off and it wouldn't go back on. And now shit sucks. Yeah. And it's the up arrow. I need that one. How else am I supposed to scroll up and be like, no, that other previous naked picture was better? You know?
Have you ever thought about like using a different arrow pointing in a different direction, but just turning it around?
Well, the keys are shaped differently.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another question about the woman who wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb. Did she did she ever write another one? Was she ever trying to capture the former glory? Was she a one-hit wonder?
No, but I know somebody who's related to the lady who wrote the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Drunkle, if you can sing the Battle Hymn of the Republic right now, I'll send you $50. Go.
Oh, we gotta get him. We gotta get him real good.
Okay, that's okay.
We gotta stab them with our steel and hit them with our wood.
Okay, that's not it, but that's a pretty good battle chant.
It is it, mate. It is it.
It's not.
I'm here, I'm doing the UK version. I know. It's a very. Really, there's a cultural difference.
Clearly.
Viper Sword, Polly, get Candair. It helps with cleaning keyboards. Yeah, but it's sticky schmutz. I might have spilled an alcoholic beverage. Which, it was an extra dry cider, so there shouldn't be much sugar in it, but it's still apparently some.
Let's see.
Yeah, still schmutzy under there, like the dust combined with the residual sugars, and now my keys are sticking. That's not from others.
Sticky keys?
Yeah, I got sticky keys.
You press shift 5 times, and now you got sticky keys turned on.
Molly Okami asked, which verse do you want, Polly? Oh, whichever one. Sinatra, come on. Let's come on. Let's hear Battle Hymn of the Republic. You know, don't you?
I just sang it.
Now, the real one. Come in when you know the lyrics, Sinatra, okay? My eyes have seen the coming of the glory of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has looked.
I only know this one from American History X. It's a very different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
glory, glory, hallelujah, glory, etc. Yeah.
Yeah.
We bathed in all the.
Oh, I know the white man is marching on from American History X, right?
Yeah. The white man marching.
This is getting a bit spicy in here right now.
What's that? Ethan Suplee, however you say his name. He's singing that in the van. Do you see he got fucking ripped?
Hey,
Like, that
he
dude
is. Like, dude,
Did he really?
He's an economist now, isn't he?
Did he lose weight and get ripped?
Oh my god, look him up. Look up Ethan Suplee, like 2021.
Turns out all this time he's just been cultivating mass.
How do you spell it?
Soup. I don't know.
Suplee. S-U-P-L-A-Y.
L-E. No, S-U-P-L-E-E.
Like suplex, but without the X and an extra E.
It doesn't even look like him.
Supply.
It's like a guy took off a fat suit.
Dude is fucking ripped.
You gotta give it to him.
Holy shit! Like it's clear that he was a fat. Hold on, Chad. You gotta see this. Play capture. Look at that. Like it's clear he was fat before because he's got all this loose skin. But like, man, he'll rip your fucking head off. I mean,
That they should have got that Ethan to play the white man marches on.
it'd be a lot scarier. Jeez, because he used to be. Where's a picture of him like as a fat boy? Like, I mean, kind of there. God damn, bro. Yeah, he must have gotten pretty fucking sick of being. There he is from American History X.
Yeah.
What a scuzzball he was in that film. He just played it just right. It was
Good.
I liked him in My Name is Earl.
Wow, that's encouraging to get your get down to the fucking gym. Look at that.
Get your shit together.
I mean, it's like disgusting fat lard ball discovers his twin who has a lot more personal discipline than him. You know what I mean?
Maybe
Like,
it is a different person. Yeah.
It's fuck me. That's pretty cool.
I mean, he can spend all his time working out, can't he? Because he's got that American History X money, the My Name is Earl money, the Mary Had a Little Lamb money. He ain't got to work anymore. He can just fucking sit there and just fucking lift things and then put them down again and then lift them back up and repeat.
Hey, I still have to work and I do that. And it has been quite fortuitous.
I heard you actually hitting your stomach as you said that.
I dropped my lighter.
Your lighter sounds exactly like a stomach.
All right. So,
He was in Mallrats too. He couldn't see the fucking picture in the poster. Starts yelling at the kids.
Really? I've only seen that movie once. I don't remember.
Have you ever
that
heard that? You've never seen that meme where the guy's looking at looking at the thing where you're supposed to like unfocus your eyes.
Yeah.
It's a sailboat. Like, I don't give a shit about the sailboat. He's like yelling at the poor kid.
So Drunkle, how are you doing? We didn't
Yeah, all right.
we didn't even do that. How are you doing?
Yeah, all right.
All right, good.
Yes.
Sinatra, how are you?
Thank you for asking. Yeah.
Well, I'm interested in your lives.
I am ready and raring to talk about True Detective whenever you're ready.
I know, there's so much to talk about. 8 episodes of pure fucking Nick Palazzo gold. Lord bless that man. Fuck, he's brilliant. Let's see. You want to do some snooze? Let's just jump right into it. We take too long to get to the snooze. Let's do the snooze. And I'm gonna rip off Drunkle. I know. Sorry, man. But
Everyone does, mate. Everyone does.
That's what he yelled at the kid. There is no Easter Bunny.
Everyone rips me off. I actually wrote the lyrics to Mary Had a Little Lamb. But it was actually it was a crab originally, and of course fucking she comes in, changes one little thing, makes literally dozens of dollars, and lives in luxury for the rest of her life. Here's butter my butterballs through her dollar, saying also about Lincoln. On October the 3rd, 1860, on October the 3rd, 1863, expressing gratitude for a pivotal Union Army victory at Gettysburg, President Abraham Lincoln announces that the nation will celebrate an official Thanksgiving holiday on November 26th, 1863. That year. There you go. Fucking, we got a month and a half, guys. Get fucking ready. Thanksgiving's coming.
it's the way you say 18 that gives away your accent. 18. You hear it, right, Sinatra? Like, it's just.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with you guys.
We got 18. What? Because we say the words we invented correctly.
All you Brits talk like the Beatles.
I thank God that all Brits don't talk like the Beatles. That's
absolutely ridiculous, mate. You know that's
they all
fucking
talk
bullshit.
like the Beatles, we wouldn't be doing a show with them.
Man, that
We don't all talk
Liverpool
like
accent.
only some of us talk
I'm
like
sorry
the
if there's any Lilliputians in
Peace
the
and love.
audience, but you know.
Liverpudlians. I like Liverputians. That's good.
Well, they're tiny.
Like a
they're
fucking
tiny little people.
species.
So.
But they are.
Empire
They are.
Stacks for $1. Don't forget, Biden still shit himself while meeting with the Pope.
He did.
Epstein
He did.
Still didn't kill himself. That's true. Cal did nothing wrong. Also true. Drunkle was still wrong about hogs in the U.S. Very true. I told that story last night on Tucker about how
What
Delta
idea?
just lambasted you about when you went on this tirade about how feral hogs isn't a real issue in the U.S.
I didn't go on a tirade. I just
Oh,
said,
you-
no, you don't get them in big groups, and then that
Oh
was
my
it for the next
God,
half an hour.
do you
Go, look
ever?
at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at it. I only needed to see
Feral
one photo.
hogs
I was
are,
like, all right, fair enough.
All right.
It was
all
the
right.
issue of the day.
Holy shit! It was that bad that you're yelling like that? Fuck.
Oh, he got
Well, 'cause
very
he said I'm a tirade.
enthusiastic.
Now I know what it's like to be on the other end of a
So-
poly rant. Holy shit!
He was so steadfast in his conviction about feral hogs not being an issue in the U.S. And then Delta just
Steadfast.
lambasted him.
I just said, I don't really get him in that big groups, though. That was literally that happened. Fuck, that didn't say that was not fucking a tirade, nor was that
Oh,
steadfast.
you had a lot of conviction behind your wrongness there.
Behind my one sentence. All right, I was
Yes.
wrong about something. I admitted I was wrong. I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn.
And butter my butterballs for $1. The average number of calories consumed on Thanksgiving is 3,000 to 4,500, according to estimates by the Calorie Control Council. The good old
Fuck big calorie. I don't believe
PCC.
anything they say. I don't. Okay, so moving on. with
calories
the news.
aren't real. Have you ever seen a calorie? I haven't.
Yeah, but- We're going to start off with the Babylon Bee article. This is ripping off Drunkle, but you know how it is.
It's there for everyone to enjoy, Polly.
No, it's a good one. Terry McCoffey shaves head, gets Nazi tattoo to warn everyone about Glenn Youngkin.
Oh my god, dude, that's hilarious.
when you read the article itself, it goes so far. It's fucking priceless. I hope this serves as a dire warning to you Virginian voters, said a bald Youngkin over the buzz of a needle tattoo drawing of a swastika on his face. Glenn Youngkin is literally a Nazi, and he'll do the stuff Nazi things if you elect him. And if you vote for him, you ain't black.
Yeah, it worked so well for Biden. I mean, it did. But...
Well, it didn't. It wasn't that he did that. It's that it didn't work against him as it goddamn well should have. But it certainly informed Democrats and Democratic strategists as to how to proceed dealing with a certain demographic.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no script.
I was gonna donate to Sinatra or Polly, but then they compared your dulcet tones to the Dirty Beatles.
Thank you, Jacob Yates, for the solidarity, brother. Thank you very much.
I did not. I said thank God that all Brits don't talk like the Beatles because, well, I just wouldn't. I couldn't deal. I really hate that accent. I'm sorry there's any Lilliputians in the audience. I love you.
What's a Lilliputian? It sounds like a fucking alien from Star Wars.
No, they're the little
Lilliputians.
They're the little people that tie down Gulliver in Gulliver's Travels, the Lilliputians.
From Lilliput, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you said Liverputians. I didn't say Liverputians. I said
It's no Liverpudlians. Well, it's just it's not Liverpool, it's a liver puddle. It's very small. Full of tiny little people. And the Beatles.
Okay, moving along.
Well, two of them.
Check this out. Energy Minister Karen Elahar left the conference after 2 hours of unsuccessful attempts to get into the conference from several entrances. Okay, so this is the Energy Minister of Israel. Okay, she's attempting to go to the Glasgow Energy Conference, the COP thing that Biden fell asleep at. You know the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is she in a wheelchair?
She is in a wheelchair. For 2 hours, she tried every entrance to get into the conference and couldn't, so just got angry and left. Can you blame her?
Nah, not really.
There wasn't. She has muscular dystrophy. She couldn't. That's why she's in a wheelchair.
Oh, but she still had the fucking muscles to storm off, didn't she?
Well, she rolled off. You know.
Faking it, mate. Faking it.
I just think this is like, come on, this is fucking awful.
Hey, cutie, want some candy?
No.
I'm just kidding. Get in the car.
See? Guns and women, I'm telling you. VADNC donated $9. Get in the car, McAlpy. We need more votes. Fuck them. Fuck them. Well, you know what? See, there's the thing about the New Jersey where they're still counting mail-in ballots, and it's like, oh, so the Dem won. Don't you think that now when you hear mail-in ballot? I do. I guess I'm just cynical and bitter. But as soon as I hear you're counting mail-in ballots, it's like, oh, you're going to find the needed 1,500 ballots, I'm willing to bet. Every one of them.
Jersey governor race. Let me see if I can find some actual numbers on it. Probably Politico would have it.
Yeah, Politico has a pretty good.
Oh, wow. Murphy is ahead by 10,000 votes.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see that same straight uptick that we saw in election.
Right. Okay. Moving along. Excuse me. This is an odd article, but one that I wanted to do because, well, you know, campus and whatnot. Architect resigns in protest over UCSB Megadorm. Criticizes Munger Hall as a social and psychological experiment with unknown consequences. It does look
they're going Zimbardo on it.
Well, it just looks very, very Soviet. And that's the whole point, that it's just like, if we read on. A consulting architect design review committee has quit his post in protest over the university's proposed Munger Hall project, calling the massive, mostly windowless dormitory an unsupportable thing from my perspective as an architect, parent, and as a human being.
Like bringing human rights into it as well. I mean, I've always noticed that with student halls, especially in the UK, they have very small windows, stop them jumping out.
Right? Is that Really? Why?
No, it's not why at all.
Probably.
No, it's not why at all. The idea was conceived by 97-year-old billionaire investor turned amateur architect Charles Munger, who donated...
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. If you're that rich, mate, buy a better fucking name. What's wrong with you?
Well, yeah, and it's the idea of him as an amateur architect. It's like, did you want to bring back Soviet styling? Because you've done it successfully, at least in concept. Look at this thing. It's a big box that people can't see out of. It looks like a fucking jail. And when you... It's the whole fucking point. He goes scorched earth on the radical new building concept. It's not radically new, which calls for an 11-story, 1.68 million square foot structure that would house 4,500 students, 94% of whom would not have windows, and they're small single occupancy bedrooms. Like you get like these tiny little like this is very Japanese
prison,
Soviet coven like. Yeah. It's just no good. There's your little desk to sit down and be indoctrinated at.
I'm depressed just looking at that photo.
You will sit in this hard chair with the sterile environment, and you will read about CRT, and then you will, when you are done, you will put your books above your head and roll over into your single cot and lay down and dream of a better world where we're all equal.
A small mattress placed upon 2 drawers where you will store all your hopes and dreams.
Yeah, I love that like other architects came back and were like, dude, this is like a social and psychological experiment as to whether or not students will kill themselves.
That's why they don't have windows. They can't.
Yeah, like this is like a Japanese hotel where space is at an extreme premium, and there's better ways to do it than this. Like you've seen tiny houses where people make masterful use of very little space. This ain't it, bro.
In Liverpool.
No.
Like look at this. Do you know what this reminds me of? Well, I'm not going to say
the game Prison Architect.
Well, if anybody in chat
knows... Is it a certain camp?
No, it wasn't, but that as well. No, it's a certain ship schematic. I'll leave it at that, if anyone can,
yeah, all right, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Okay.
Took me a second, but yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to fit in as many of them as possible. Now, which one am I talking about?
Makes you free.
Guy, so Munger, you suck. You suck, Munger.
Yeah.
And I'm a billionaire, but I'm also an amateur architect. No, you're just a billionaire. That's it, man.
You're a billionaire with enough money to fund your philanthropy. That's what you are.
I don't think you can be an amateur architect. You're either an architect or you're not. You gotta be like, I just make buildings for fun. Right?
And by bad guys, I mean monks. Trappist monks. You cheese-making bastards, die!
Jacob Yates, 2012, 212, 212. Thank you for the $15, Jacob Yates. Sorry, Polly. You're right. You didn't say Drunkle had a Beatles voice. It's just really hard to understand an Otter. Well, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, I just made fun of British people who talk.
Yeah. Has anyone ever...
Anyone who talks.
No one's safe.
If you vocalize anything, well, the mockery is going to happen. Okay, I use this video and showed it on...
That's a great way to prepare kids for the world, actually.
Just mock anything they say at any time?
No, just let them know that if you talk about anything at any point, someone's going to disagree and make fun of you.
Yeah.
And you ain't even got to talk. Sometimes, if you just look weird, they'll make fun of you.
In any case, I use this video on Noir Bar, but I enjoyed it so much that we're going to play it again here for those who didn't see it. It's a salmon crossing at the Skokomish River. Oh, stupid, I love it. Okay, let me widenate the screen here so everyone can see. I didn't know that salmon crossings were a real thing, okay? I was ignorant up until now. I'm like, oh, it's a joke. It's like, no, it's a real thing. When the rivers rise up because of so much rain, it floods the streets, and the salmon don't stop, so they just start crossing the street.
Nothing can stop a salmon.
Yeah.
They got places to be.
Look at them go. There they are.
Oh, my God, what?
Yeah. That's a straight, and see, they're all over the place. They got salmon crossing signs. Like, and it's only ankle deep, but you can't stop a salmon, man. Look, see, there they are.
Go!
If a bear were smart, he'd be right there like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, did he just step on a fish?
Yeah, they're trying.
He just stepped on a.
They're trying to step angle, like be anglers just by stepping on fish. I love this. It's great. I just
Put up a sign.
They will not be stopped. Salmon are fucking determined, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
They're going in both
Grab
directions.
one.
We'll go where we need to go.
Why did the salmon cross the road? Because it could.
You guys suck. You fucking rednecks, leave them alone.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he tried to step
No,
on
man,
a fish.
That's salmon for dinner right there.
No, I
Get that shit.
grab one.
I say
Grab one.
get a
I'll
fishing
have it.
pole and do it like a man, and I'm a big fan of salmon as well. But who wants mushed salmon for dinner? I mean, seriously.
At that
Oh, no,
point, you
yeah,
could
no.
just-
If you're gonna do that, just snooch it up at least.
Yeah, what everyone that if you're fishing, you know what like the catcher's net looks like. Just get one of them, you lazy bastards, instead of stomping on
Really,
them with your
that?
boots.
Catch it in a. You could just like hold out a shoe. Just catch it in a shoe. Been a lot of stony silences after my comments tonight.
Get a net on a stick. You should get one of those fish nets that they have at the fucking aquarium store. Just get one of those.
There you go.
That'd be fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
A
even.
fucking Walmart bag. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally anything but stepping on it.
You could stand there with a heavy-duty garbage bag and just kind of like catch them, you know?
Yeah. Just use your fucking clothes hamper or something. Anything will work here.
Yeah. No, but we got big rain boots and we're fat, stupid people, so no, we can't. We're just gonna step on them. It's like, do you see how fast they're going? They're faster than you are, Jim Bob.
Yeah,
I-
yeah, they're getting on.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about what caused death in 1600s London, huh?
Oh, finally.
Because I know you were curious. Causes of death
It's
in
just about time someone talked about it, you know?
Thank you, Alamo Gulf Citizen, for posting our links, by the way. I just noticed that he was there in DM. So, yeah, you do
Thanks,
good work.
Alamo.
Yeah. Causes of death in London, 1632. 11 people died of grief, 1 of vomiting, 470 of teeth, and 12 of French pox.
Wait, sorry, of
Died of-
teeth?
Teeth.
Of teeth?
Yeah. So here's the causes of death in 1632 in London. Bit with mad dog. 1 person died.
I guess technically that is teeth.
Yep.
I'm just seeing cancer and wolf.
yeah.
Like,
10
you
10
would
of
normally
them.
was
Yeah.
was it cancer? Was it a wolf? I just put both down.
Was it a wolf with cancer?
But
Could have been. It could have been. Yeah.
There were 18 people that were executed and pressed to death.
Executed and
Pressed to death. Yes. They got dropey and swelling. Oh, that's really hard to hear. Dead in the street and starved. 6.
Well, I gotta tell you, man, I believe
Oh,
you
no.
could be pressed to death after reading Twitter for the past day.
Oh, look. 62 people died of suddenly.
Falling sickness. I don't even know what that is.
I don't. How about 38 of the king's evil?
That's just execution,
Yeah.
that isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed.
Child bed. What's that? Like you try to put a cot together from IKEA and you end up getting fucking murdered by your wife who's had enough.
I do. Rising of the Lights, 98. The sun coming up
Rising
killed
of
them.
the lights. Vampires, mate. Vampires.
Oh.
I don't want to die of purples.
And the people that committed suicide made away themselves. 15.
It's quite nice that. Isn't
Yeah.
it? I like that.
And then killed by several accidents. 46.
Was that like a Rube Goldberg? It's like when
That's
O.J.
what-
Simpson was in fucking Naked Gun.
Right. Keep
He
tripping
gets
and
shot,
falling
then he
into
gets
various
hit.
things.
Falls into a wall, then off the boat.
How can you die of planet?
Is Planet on there?
Which
Oh,
planet
it is.
was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Planet 13. Yeah. What the fuck?
Well, this is when Pluto was considered a planet, you see, so deaths have gone down.
Yes, there was lots of interesting deaths in 1632 in London.
I'm amazed that starvation was so low.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But then when was it starvation? Was it wolf? We don't know.
well, you got convulsion 241. Well, why did they convulse? Well, they were starving to death. Like, do you know what I mean? There's probably a lot of these that are, You know, scurvy's up there. That's a kind of starvation, if you will. You know, it goes on. And on.
Over 2,000 people died of infants.
Yeah, infant
That's
mortality.
infant death.
What's a chrysome?
It's just a type of infant from Liverpool.
Empire Sex for $1. Astoria or Oregon had the world's biggest salmon crossing in the early 1900s before a dam was built on the Columbia River.
I love the idea of a salmon crossing after I discovered it on Noir Bar. Watch Noir Bar over on Polydub's channel. That's at YouTube.com/Polydub.
Lest you die of teeth.
Yes. Or
I think
being
teeth would
pressed
be
or
like
the king's evil.
like a
Yeah.
tooth infection, maybe an
Damn right.
abscess that went to the brain.
Yeah, absolutely. Your teeth start fucking rotting away, and then somebody tries to pull it out with a pair of rusty pliers, and they leave shards in there, and it gets infected because you keep eating dirty food, and you're dead of convulsing.
And then all of a sudden, a wolf eats you.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a toothache before. I don't know how you could just live your life like that.
Imagine poor George
The tooth out,
Washington.
isn't it?
Think about it. He went his whole adult life living with that fucking bullshit. Like, unbelievable.
No, he had wooden teeth.
They were
like, I got a toothache once, and I ran to the
They
dentist.
were real bone. They were their hippopotamus
Somebody
bones.
else's teeth?
No, they're
He
hippopotamus.
did have a tongue made of silver.
Yes. How did he eat,
No.
laugh, live, and love?
Obadiah Simpson.
I know your
Obadiah
references, sir.
Springfield.
Yeah. Well, technically, he
Obadiah
was
Simpson.
he was Hans Sprumfeld, if you want to get all technical about it.
Yeah, okay. Well, and I do.
That was my very favorite episode of The Simpsons ever. Lisa the Iconoclast. It was fucking fantastic. Put
I
this
quite
in your
like the
fife
one
and smoke
with,
it.
Grandpa Simpson and the Flying Hellfish was a good episode.
I'll be right back.
Did he say he's going to be right back?
Yeah.
Do you think he means it?
He's gonna go brush his teeth. He don't want to die.
Well, yeah. Or tell his kids to brush their teeth, so, you know.
Well, but then he could die of infants. Stay away from him, Sinatra.
Yes. They killed a lot in 1632, and they're not done yet, by God.
Mm-hmm. Numbers are only going up.
Now, Drunkle.
Yeah.
Are you actually going to sit down and watch True Detective Season 2?
Right now?
Well, no, not this moment, but soon.
Yeah, leave the show and go watch it.
All right.
It's so good. So good. And like, well, yeah, okay, we won't start talking about that because then we won't stop. Okay, let's.
Oh, so good.
Let's talk about a stupid person.
Drunkle?
No. This man.
I got a degree.
Okay, Aussie news here. Pizza Hut hits back after diner's complaint about his sexualized tomato sauce bottle.
Huh?
Yeah, is right.
Wait
Till you hear this. This is good. This is good. Diner Adrian, yes, I am a retard Shan, complained last month about his tomato sauce bottle's wording he believed to be too sexual for the family-friendly restaurant. My God, what was it, like a naked woman? Did someone draw a big peener on it? What is going on? There he is. This is the man with all the morals.
outraged.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has morals. He says, it's not innocent in my eyes. The barbecue sauce had squeezed. The ketchup one said, oh, it put me off using it. It literally sounds like an app for swingers, the 31-year-old said. God, what did it say? Shake, squeeze, and squirt.
What's wrong with swingers, Nick?
He don't like. It's the squirt he doesn't like.
Yeah, well, dude, they're instructions.
Is he unclear of how condiments work?
Like, what happens if you don't shake a bottle of squeezable ketchup? You get the watery runoff shit, right? You don't want that.
You should just let him have the watery run horse shit.
Yeah, like you shake
He's a
it and
real
you
ketchup
squeeze
for
it to
a
get the
man.
ketchup out, and it squirts when you squeeze it out of the top because it's got one of them auto seal deals on the top. What you, sir, are a moron.
Anus. If you look at if you get triggered by a bottle of tomato ketchup, then mate, you are gonna have issues.
Yeah. It's like an app for swingers. He was unhappy the bottle sticker read shake, squeeze, and squirt. And I'm like, what else did it say? Was it like a big dick beneath it squirting? No.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
not at all. I do not understand how someone could put that sentence together. It's awful.
He calls the cops and the policeman's like, sir, I'm going to need you to repeat it. slower.
Yeah. The sauce logo has to be changed and looked into to make it more child and family friendly and not distorting people's minds while trying to eat.
Yeah, I hate it when I'm eating pizza and all of a sudden I'm
See,
horny.
you know what my favorite game is now? Is it 90s religious conservative or modern day liberal?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good one. There's nothing wrong with this. They're instructions, you moron.
And why the fuck is there ketchup at Pizza Hut?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well,
that-
I
this
mean, they
is-
have sides.
This is Aussie land, right? And I've come to know this through far that what we call ketchup, they call tomato sauce, and tomato sauce is not like there's no flavor to it. It's literally just tomato paste. If you know what I mean. There's no.
There is flavor to it.
There's not in Aussie land.
No, we are because we call it tomato sauce. Oh.
Okay, well they call it tomato.
Or sometimes just red sauce.
Okay, that's the worst one of all.
Well, because there is also a brown sauce.
Yeah, but brown sauce is steak sauce.
No, it's brown sauce. Steak sauce. is
Sinatra,
something
are you
completely
seeing a pattern of a lack of imagination with sauce descriptions in Britland?
different. As opposed to tomato ketchup. Oh, get in there. But what are we going to call it? I don't know. What's the main ingredient? Tomato.
Well, yeah, because
but
it
it's
distinguishes.
ketchup, not tomato sauce, tomato paste, or any other variant of there.
No. I'm not.
It's
My
specifically
problem is
ketchup.
not. My problem is not tomato. It's red sauce. It's brown sauce. It's like really? What? That's all you could come up with?
Well, it doesn't say it on the label. It doesn't say red sauce. It says tomato ketchup.
Well, this
There you
is
go.
an Aussie land.
Pass me the red sauce.
It's like, hey, Drunko, you want to go in the fridge and get me the mayonnaise? The what? The white sauce, man. Give me the white sauce. Fuck.
Oh, I'll give you the white sauce.
How did you not see that coming?
Okay, moving along with restaurants. Are you ready for McDonald's new
Wait, no,
new
I
item they're
need to
introducing?
know why
Okay.
there is ketchup at fucking Pizza Hut.
Well, they have sides, like Drunkle said.
What? Breadsticks? You don't put ketchup on breadsticks.
Well, I don't.
They
but,
use
yeah.
a marinara.
Yeah.
Wings. They do wings.
I'm gonna outlaw. You're about to get an angry message, but
Do you want to look up the Pizza Hut menu?
There is
you use ketchup.
There is an article advertised a little bit higher up there about mistakes that are made when making scrambled egg. Now I know you like it when Gordon Ramsay.
The McPlant. That's like the worst name ever. Did you focus group test this? Like people just they kind of made it like the vegan V. You know that stupid little fucking symbol that morons like ask yourself get tattooed on their bodies. And Blair White too, but you know I give her a pass. She's got nice knees.
Just because they're red.
A lot just happened.
Ah, Jesus. Hold on.
You got
guys.
McDonald's, don't you? Because like
I'm
they
not
can
doing a
put
show
muck-
or anything. Just gotta call me.
They can put muck at the beginning of any commonly used word and then go, that's ours now.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Considering that Mick, whatever the fuck, which is probably the better name for this burger.
The CEO is called McDonald's, right?
Yeah, well, once you do that, you could just throw Mick in front of whatever, and it's yours. You're right.
Yeah.
But when you go with like McPlant, I don't even get it. McVeggie, McGarden.
Fine.
There you go, because it's a garden burger, and I've had garden burgers that are good. They're not nearly as good as a regular meat burger. As I've said before, vegetarian food isn't bad. It's bad for what it pretends to be.
But it's good for what it is.
Yes, exactly. That's
Not pretending to be actual food.
yeah. If you just told me, oh, it's a garden burger. Oh, okay, and I had it, and it wasn't bad. It was enjoyable. But if somebody handed me this and said, oh, this is a delicious beef cheeseburger, and I ate it, I'd be like, this is disgusting. What's wrong with it? Because your lies are what taste bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the McPlant tastes bitter.
All right, moving along. What do we got next? Oh, yeah, this guy.
That's a wonderful tattoo he's got going on there.
Yeah, how did they get it to do that?
That's brilliant.
You assholes. He
Look, asshole to you.
I just don't want to press play on it, and I don't want to. It's no scripting, but I've got everything I need, so I don't want to unno script it. College station, station police arrest suspect in Sunday shooting standoff. Pwnager. I don't know how to say this guy's name, so I'm just gonna go with Pwnager. Pwnager's bond is 400 grand. Now, why do I care about this man? This is an example of how do you know when someone snapped? Because I just read the story and I'm like, I don't know if this counts for AAA, if this is gonna be good enough. And I'm like, fuck it, it's my show.
Can you send me this, please?
Sure. For the Pwnager?
But you're gonna have to work out if you're gonna do a video on it. You're gonna have to find out how to say his name.
I'm not doing a video. I want to send it to somebody.
Okay. So how do you know when somebody snaps? Well, this man's story. Zachary Carl Pwnager, 27, was arrested Sunday night after a lengthy standoff. He's charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and aggravated assault against a public servant. Pwnager's bond is at 700 grand. Okay. According to police...
700?
400.
That's a 4, sir. That's a 4.
Okay, all right. 4. Okay. So, according to police, Pwnager shot his friend around 3:30 a.m. He actually, or p.m. I'm fucking up all kinds of things. 3:30 p.m. But he actually shot him several times, and they don't say this here. Okay, because he was offended by what his friend was wearing to a wedding, not Pwnager's wedding, but a wedding that Pwnager wasn't going to. It's like, that's what you're wearing to the wedding, so he shoots him several times. The victim
dressing up as a bottle of ketchup that says shake and squeeze and squirt. Boom, boom, boom.
The victim was taken to hospital. His condition is unknown. Pwnager then barricaded himself in his own bedroom. Police said at one point Pwnager shot at a SWAT member attempting to negotiate his surrender.
You shut up.
And he eventually surrendered at 10 p.m. So how do you know when someone snaps? That's how you fucking know. It's like, you're going to a wedding wearing that? Well, hold on here. Let me just get my gun. And
you think you're wearing that, huh?
Yeah. And it's like, oh shit, I just shot this guy several times. Well, better barricade myself in my bedroom now because the cops are coming. And then a guy's like, put the gun down, son. We don't need to go through all this. And so you start shooting at him too.
I just ended up Googling the story and I read a little bit of it. It said he shot him 3 times with a shotgun.
I like the idea
what are you doing?
You don't want to wear that to the wedding, mate. Why not? It's just covered in blood. Ah!
So this guy, I'm gonna take a wild guess, was not the most stable man before this occurred. I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Probably not.
Yeah. And I gotta say, 400 grand seems a little low for someone. Like, is his white privilege activated? What's happening? I don't understand. 400 grand. So that means he gets out if somebody could put up $40,000? If you're going on a 10% bond, anyway. That's crazy to me. Oh, look. The Joel Leal who wrote the story, he's got the same thing working for him. That's nice. Huh.
Go Leo. Go Leo. Go Leo. Go Leo.
You like that song, do you?
Boo.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying about the stone silence. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe this will cheer you up a little bit. Man dressed as Fred Flintstone attacking cars with spear is fatally hit, Texas cops say.
All right, that did it.
That did cheer me up. You never saw that happen in the cartoon, did you?
No, you didn't. Especially with those big, steamrolling wheels that they had on all their vehicles. You know what I mean? You get hit with one of those, you're just getting flat. That's it.
Yeah.
A man wearing a Fred Flintstone costume was hit and killed while harassing traffic in Texas on the early morning of November 2nd. The driver said it was dark, and he didn't see the man dressed as the iconic cartoon caveman until it was too late. Yeah, it was dark. You're not kidding. Holy shit. I'm surprised you could even see the road ahead of you.
Getty Images really fucking pushed the boat out on that one, didn't they? Jesus.
No, this is an actual picture of the highway. It's just dangerous there. Texas, get some streetlights, for fuck's sake.
Actually, a very, very dark red. But you swear it's black.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And you can see that video. It's 6 hours long over on the Polydub channel. That's at YouTube.com/Polydub. Moving along. Astronaut makes zero. Wow, that doesn't fit on the screen at all. Let me just go ahead and enlargenate here. Christ, that's a big old article. Look at that. All right, there we go. There we go. Astronaut makes zero-G tacos made with fresh chili peppers grown in space. They look delicious.
Yeah.
The astronaut declared the feast her best space tacos yet. And there they are.
There's nothing about that I dislike. That tacos in space.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
After close inspection of the Australian Pizza Hut menu, it appears to be a side called Spud Bites. These appear to be tater tots, okay. Ketchup would be valid condiment for said Spud Bites mystery solved.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, tater tots, that's... I'd dip them in some ketchup. And so what we got... So those chili peppers were grown in space. Astronaut Megan MacArthur, one of 7... I love that the female astronaut's doing the cooking.
As it should be. Get in a space kitchen.
They 48 hatch peppers were grown to push as part of a new push by NASA to test out more food, a long-term mission to the moon, small m, to Luna and Mars.
It didn't say Luna, though, did it?
No, it didn't, but it didn't capitalize the M, so it's not a proper noun. Hence
Yeah, but they also capitalized the B in black, mate. Are we trusting journos to make these decisions for us now?
God damn it, I walked into that one, didn't I? Because you got a point with the capital B. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And because the moon is white.
It's not actually. It's a pale yellow, but.
Well, I mean, so am I. The jaundice
just your
is
liver.
setting in. Yeah.
The pepper picking day.
Hey, fella!
Oh, shit.
Do you like Kern's bread?
Ooh, well, gee, I don't know, I guess.
You gotta be positive.
Gotta be positive. Always.
And that guy sounded a lot like Fred Flintstone. Good thing he's not running out in traffic. Hey, dude, 77. Thank you for the $10. Hey, fellas, is that what you're wearing to the wedding? Gee, I don't know. Boom! You gotta be positive. I like what you did there. Well done. Thank you, hey, dude. So yeah, they're making mustard up in space, radishes. There's no plans as yet for courgettes, but it could happen.
Wow, you said courgettes.
Well, I'm just trying to make you feel included.
And I do.
Do you?
I don't understand why they're doing this, though. I mean, obviously, because they grew a flower. It was the first, that was this year, first flower grown in space and everything. Well, once you've done that, you go, right, so, can we grow things in space? Yeah, it turns out we can. All right.
Well, one thing that's interesting is
That's
that...
it, innit? Like,
But I do get the certain points of it. Studies of fruit development in microgravity are limited. NASA researchers have noted lower fruit development versus ground observations. So, that's an interesting point that it's like, yeah, they're not going to develop as quickly in a low gravity or microgravity environment.
Yeah.
So we are limited for hydroponics and zero gravity. I was interested to know that you can make certain steel alloys in microgravity or no gravity that you can't on Earth because certain parts of the metal...
That's useful.
Yeah, certain parts of the metal aggregate are going to settle out in gravity and always will. You can't spin them or mix them in such a way so you can make super steels in space that you can't make on Earth.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
A meteorite sword. Fucking yes. I mean, that's useful as well. It comes to fucking different alloys and everything. But
yeah.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. It is interesting. Can we grow chilies in space? Yes, we can. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But how's it benefiting anyone?
Well, it's just, can you do hydroponics at all? What if the pollination doesn't work? That was my thought. Like, what if something we're not thinking of just doesn't work because gravity is somehow a factor in it? Apparently, the fruits grow smaller in space for reasons as yet unknown. Good to know. You know, that's what.
You're gonna have pollination isn't gonna work. There's no bees.
Well, yeah.
You had
There's
no.
only
It describes them as hand pollinating them. Right there, the space station crew hand.
They were jerking plants off.
Yes, they were. They were. And so the tacos were, she said that they were my best space tacos yet, using some of the newly harvested peppers, some Vegeta beef, and rehydrated tomatoes.
Wait, they grow a cow in space as well?
You have Saiyans in space?
Shit, that is probably the most expensive taco ever, you know?
Right, right. I don't even know what a hatch pepper is. Where do you eat hatch peppers?
Well, it was grown next to the hatch.
Astronauts are growing chili peppers in space in a spicy first. Thanks, Elizabeth Howell. You're hilarious.
Christ.
Yeah, that's no good. Okay, look. Here's the story.
Well, it deserves a new name then, doesn't it? Like instead of because you got like ghost peppers, it should be a fucking alien pepper.
Nice.
Damn it, Polly.
What? What?
He was saving it for Friday.
Were you?
Yep.
Ah.
No, you
I know that, damn it.
Okay, Dallas Zoo mourns its third giraffe death in a month after losing 14-year-old animal.
What the fuck?
Who's killing the giraffes?
Yeah. Is this serial killing?
Yeah. Like who wants them dead? Like I admit, it's a pretty tempting thing to try and slit that throat. There's so much real estate there.
Take ages though, wouldn't it? Like,
well.
You don't. Oh. Ooh. Okay. I don't know if you have it then.
Okay. So, well, I don't know. Maybe I do or maybe I don't. One of them died of old age. The 19-year-old giraffe Augie died after age-related health issues that led to liver failure.
Coincidence.
Someone was feeding it alcohol, liver failure. I see what's happening.
Right. That giraffe had sex with his wife, and he's playing the long con to get him back.
Yeah.
All right, Polly, do you have... you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to send this to you on Discord.
All right.
And if this is not the next article, then it's the next article. If you're picking up what I'm waiting.
Gotcha. I'm over there. I'm waiting. It's not coming in. Nothing's happening. What's going on?
There it is.
Why? Oh, okay. There it is.
2 more giraffes have died since we've been waiting.
I don't know if this is the next article, but you're right. It is the next article.
There you go.
Hold on. Wait for it to load. Now let me turn off no script. I don't care if it slows down the show. No script's important, people. Everyone should be using it for God's sake. This is so good. This is so good.
Check the dates on them too.
DF Zoos plan to vaccinate animals. So the Dallas Fort Worth, they're vaccinating the animals. And if you check the date over on, where is the other one? The date on this one is November 1st. September 1st. Wow. So they vaccinated them, and all of a sudden, mysteriously, all of their beloved Augie dies of unknown liver failure.
Interesting. Huh.
The implication could be that the giraffe was an anti-vaxxer. And they're like, well, we can't have that.
Could be.
You know what I don't get about
Giraffe
giraffes?
kicked the nurse in the face.
You know, they talk about tiger stripes and zebra stripes and whatnot, and it breaks up the edge of the animal so you can't really tell where it is, especially when they're in motion. It's a form of camouflage, even though, like, you might not think it is. The lines actually break up the edge of the animal when they're running in herd, and so you can't see. Why does a giraffe need camouflage?
It's definitely there, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one's going like, where's the giraffe? You know where the giraffe is, but it's fucking huge.
Right. And I've seen them run, and it's hilarious. Like, they run so awkward because they're kind of top heavy for all the obvious reasons.
And
they're
assed.
Well,
have you seen them fight?
Yeah. When they're
that shit's fucking hilarious. That is, man.
Yeah, they're just neck winding. It's
they look drunk.
Do you know how fast they are? Take guesses. How fast? Top speed of a giraffe.
35 miles an hour.
Is it? Are we allowed to go over?
Yeah, but then you don't get the point.
36 miles an hour. He's looking it up. He's looking
No,
it up.
I'm not.
Yeah, okay, you just fucking you duck going, giraffe.
No, I'm not. Take a
Drunkle is
closer look.
closest without going over 37.
37.
Miles an hour top speed.
Oh wow! All right.
That's pretty quick.
Like really big dogs, aren't they?
I wanted to see a giraffe skeleton, okay? I wanted to see its super long neck because I think they're hilarious. Is that so wrong? He's looking it up! You fucking...
You ain't fucking cheating, mate.
You goddamn rat. And I don't even have it on the screen. People can't even see what I'm looking at. Here, chat. You want to see what I'm looking at? I'm looking at giraffe
Come at me.
skeletons.
Come at me, vertebra.
Look at. I'm sorry.
So
I
awkward,
just
aren't
find giraffes really entertaining. I don't know why. They're so just.
So awkward.
Yeah. Like you're right. It does look like a dog, just really bred strangely with these, hyper long legs. It's.
And long neck.
Yeah. Well, of course the neck. Yeah.
But the neck.
I wanted to know how, because when you're saying, like, have you ever seen them fight and they get into the neck twisting thing? It's like, how strong are their necks? Well, very. Look at the fucking vertebrae on that thing. Jesus. They're ready to go, man. Yeah. I mean, that was
so the fastest animal is a cheetah at 80 miles per hour, right?
That's they're
lion
quick
at
fuckers,
50,
man.
gazelles at 60.
What about a liberal jumping to conclusions?
Oh, that's unknown. But apparently, the peregrine falcon can hit up to 240.
What, in a bomb dive when it's going for a fish or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's this bird of prey. It's when it's going for another bird.
Peregrine speed 240 maximum at diving. Holy fuck off.
Yeah,
Shit.
but that's not under its own power. It's got the help of like gravity and air and whatnot. Like that's not the same thing.
Cheating! You're cheating! You're using gravity!
Yeah, you're not like Uncle Augie here doing it on your own 4 feet,
His fucking head has been fighting gravity since he's been born. Have you ever seen a giraffe give birth? It's fucking brutal, man.
Actually, I have. They
just fucking
crap
fall
them right
out.
Yeah.
And they've got a long fall.
And they get up immediately. It's crazy. They're a little wobbly, but they're up and walking, man. It's
Whereas humans,
we
can't even support our own head for fucking 6 months.
we suck for a good while. It's true.
So I mean, here's the thing. This is how I know centaurs have never existed, right? Because you look at if you look at a fowl, a baby horse, it's born, bang, it's up. It might be shaky on its legs for a couple of seconds, but right away it's up. Now, a human can't even support its own head. That's how I know centaurs can't exist, because it would just be a fucking baby's head flopping around as this thing's galloping through a field, right?
Okay, well, but maybe we've gotten them wrong from day one in terms of our artistic rendering of them. Maybe they're like thick neck, like them, like Russian bodybuilders, that their necks are wider than their skulls. Maybe that's the way.
Necks just support the head standing.
Yeah,
They have,
immediately.
like, the body of a centaur, but the head of a horse.
Yeah.
It's just a horse, isn't it?
All right. Are you ready to be visually assaulted? Because it's coming.
Not the body of a crow, but the head of a blackbird.
Okay. Have you ever wondered what a 40-year-old cat lady would do if she didn't actually have a cat?
What?
Like what would a crazy cat lady do if she didn't have a cat?
So just a crazy woman.
Just a crazy childless weirdo. Yeah, what would she end up doing? Okay, she pays $1,000
collecting something. Collecting something.
Well, that's possible. But in this lady's case, she pays $1,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment in New York City. You want to take a look inside? I did. I wish I hadn't. There's the crazy cat lady at 40 years old who has no cat and no children. And this is what she did.
What the fuck is... What? What's going on?
What is it?
It's a
This
giant.
is the kind of thing...
It is a giant collage of television and media that she finds interesting.
Now, if that were a man, he'd be arrested.
Yeah.
Just do drugs.
That's the kind of thing you see, right? You've been watching fucking something like The Killing or something like that, and they finally find the killer's apartment, and they go in, and it looks like this. All it's missing is the bits of string connecting everything.
Like, you have to understand, like, when you look around, like, there's the Cookie Monster, there's Elmo, there's Minnie Mouse, right? Like, there's just there's bits of everything, and if you look behind her, she's got the Mario thing going on. Huh? You know what I mean? Like, it's just bits of media. And you want to see her kitchen? There's a kitchen.
Oh man, the whole thing, it just like she's living inside an actual migraine.
Yeah. Imagine she brings the guy over there and he's just like, I have AIDS.
So Mooney is her name, and she doesn't.
What? didn't expect that.
She doesn't cook in this kitchen. Instead, she uses the kitchen to store more of her collectibles.
Are you telling me the refrigerator is full of fucking cutouts from magazines that she deemed quite interesting?
Very possibly. Or just wrapping paper from a children's store. It looks like these 2 posts are done in.
Yeah.
I think she got lazy with the curtains. Those curtains, she could have done more. I mean...
Well, she didn't know a photographer was coming over, did she?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And then here's, you like, look at it, like, Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Like, it's just, everything is just crap everywhere. And she just spends all day doing this.
Those are the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's beyond, don't they?
I don't know. I don't know what this crazy monkey thing is either. And
I
this
think that's Freddy.
Oh, is it? Okay. And like this thing looks like a Technicolor LSD Mogwai.
He'll get you, mate. He'll get you. Be worried about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all right. Like I say, you like these things, you grab it. But the fucking Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, you pick one of the worst fucking talk shows.
Yeah.
In pillow form. Where's the AAA pillows? That's my fucking question. And quick shout out to Lord Bryce, who on Steam just gifted me Tomb Raider and Rise. Thank you very much, my dude.
Nice.
He says you might need to relearn how to play these games one-handed like everyone else did in the 90s.
Oh, she's got a giant Snoopy back there. I didn't...
Because you were jerking it. Is that Snoopy? Oh, there is a Snoopy.
Yeah, see? And literally, I was cutting each individual piece of a magazine photo and then gluing them individually into each slat on the blind. See, the Venetian blinds are the hardest part. She does each slat, so when you open them and close them, like you see right there, you get like a picture.
I think finding a boyfriend is the hardest part.
Yeah.
That's why she's in this position. She's got a single bed, mate. She's given up.
I don't find this interesting. I find this like a testament of sadness and loneliness. Don't you?
What no cock does to a motherfucker, mate. You know?
Yeah, like you have to wonder if she got some D, if she would just tear all this down, or just walk in suddenly and be like, "Why did I do this?"
I just can't imagine being hungover in that room, you know?
Oh, man. Can you imagine, like, crashing out, your friends drag you, just like, oh, drunkle, you know, you've really had it, man, time to go to bed. So they just sort of drop you on the bed, and you wake up to this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she's got the little kiddie desk in there, too. That's what I find extra creepy. Like, you can't sit at this lady. You're a 40-year-old grown woman. You can't fit in that.
The thing is, if you do wake up in a room like that, you know you're never leaving.
Yeah.
Right,
if you wake up in that room, you have wood.
Hey, cutie, want some candy? I'm just kidding. Get in the car.
Thank you, Cult of Krill, for the $9. Look at Mooney from another perspective. $1,000 a month for a 1-bedroom in New York City is cheap as hell. This could have been a home defense mechanism. If you break in there, are you going to rob or grape her or bug the fuck out? Good point.
You're gonna back out fucking slowly, aren't you?
Yeah. There's actually a part of this, Cult Krill, where it becomes more clear as to what's going on.
Mental illness.
She pays $1,000 a month for the apartment where she's lived for 9 years. The median asking rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in the Bronx is $1,750. In Manhattan, it's $3,000. Mooney finds other ways to live frugally too. Her parents live next door. She uses their parking. She uses their parking spaces, washer and dryer whenever she needs. So she. Since she never uses her stove or oven, she has her gas shut off in the kitchen to save money. So she goes over to her parents' house and lives out of there. And this is one giant child's bedroom that she lives in Arrested Development in. Nah.
Oh, here we go. They're out to save us. Hey, Pwnage from Hotel.
They're in movement. Formation Otters. Ex-Bubba Hotep. Hey, Ex-Bubba Hotep. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the $11. The poor landlord that she has to deal with when she eventually dies of loneliness. Oh, no.
No, she's not dying of loneliness because she has some fucking poor dude that she hobbled a la Kathy Bates in there somewhere.
Oh, no. You even use the proper terminology, Sinatra. I remember that scene. It was terrifying. Like, if you look at her,
She just
Like-
leans her fat face on the sledgehammer. Like,
Okay,
"Ugh."
she's 40. What? Like, she's not ugly. What's wrong with you, lady? What the fuck?
Oh,
I'd
the
go for
five
it.
head and the creepiness.
Yeah, but you
No, I'd
you
go
only
for it.
think it's
No,
creepy
we
because you've
can't.
seen this. If
No,
We'll be sleeping at
she
mine
has
tonight,
the eyes
Mooney.
of somebody. She has the eyes of somebody who cuts out magazine articles and pastes them on her wall.
it cuts
It's a
the
specific
eyes
thing,
out of
isn't
the
it? Look.
photos, right? Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean, though. And despite all this, she's still smiling.
Yeah.
Ah, no, there's something sinister's afoot here, mate.
I don't know. This like seeing. Oh, okay, there. Full color. I don't know. Seeing this woman's
He's buried underneath her plushies.
like today has been one legit white pill and two unintentional white pills. Like the white pill of the reddening of Virginia, and then the unintentional white pill of what was his name? Slurry, the fat boy.
Oh, Suplee.
Suplee. Like really fucking turning himself around physically in a huge way, and then looking at this lady where it's like, don't be her, go meet people, you know, get out, have a life, don't live next door to your parents and collage don't do this, don't buy a whole bunch of Dragon Ball Z memorabilia and fill your room with it. That's just sad.
Don't tell me.
Moving on. Oh, Drunkle.
Oh.
Did he mute?
Yep.
Oh. Oh. Well, the next story was for him, so I was about to move on.
I'm here.
Okay, well, the next story's for you, and there's reason to fear, sir. There's
Well, after this story wasn't
no,
for
no,
me. The next one is for me.
the next
yeah.
one is for you because there's problems afoot around the Isles.
Right.
There is a mystery world pool that appeared off the coast of Britain as everything from spawning fish to explosion blamed. They don't know what the fuck is causing it. You want to see it? Look at this. They don't
I
know.
want to see it.
Look at this.
You think a whirlpool would be more whirly, wouldn't you?
Cthulhu is rising, sir. Be afraid. Be very
Margaret
afraid.
Thatcher's coming back. That's what that means.
She's been waiting at the bottom of the sea this whole time.
We put her there.
The Iron Lady is rising. Is that?
The Iron Lady sank to the bottom.
Let's just go ahead and hit the mute there. But this is happening and nobody knows why. I think Cthulhu's rising. Like,
Hopefully.
this is happening right off your shore, sir. You know.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I live on a hill. I'll be all right.
But when whatever creature that is coming gets out of there, it can walk up hills.
You don't know
How
that.
do you know?
It could be as fast as a giraffe for all you know.
For all you know, it's not.
Brexit's still in the news, guys.
I'm just saying, honestly, it doesn't seem whirly enough to be called a whirlpool.
What? But you want it to spin at super fast speeds or reverse like it does down in Aussie land?
That's what you picture, isn't it? Someone says whirlpool, you picture a whirly pool.
I can't believe
This just
you're not
looks
more
like
concerned about this. This is happening for no discernible fucking reason, man.
It just looks like the ocean's throwing up.
The apocalypse could be beginning for all you know. Have you made your peace with the Lord? You haven't, have you?
Never met him.
Yeah. Well, you will soon.
Once Cthulhu rises.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Oculus Quest. The latest Oculus Quest update will help prevent accidental dog punching.
What?
What?
Was this an issue?
Yes, it was. Here's what happened. Because I could read through this whole Verge story, but then I would be making the AAA audience, which I like, having to listen to a whole Verge story, and I don't want to do that.
You don't like him.
No, I do. It's true.
You know, he's at the end of every show. Guys, this is at the end of every show. It'll go, and we're clear. Fuck no, guys. I fucking hate them.
I'm just
They
echoing.
die in a whirlpool off of the coast of fucking Britain.
I'm just echoing your guys' words. I wanted to fit in. I don't really feel that way. Anyway, So here's what's going on. So you're in the middle of a room. You got your Oculus Rift VR headset on, right? And you're doing things. You're punching zombies. You're shooting criminals. You're doing whatever it is you're doing, right? Now your dog is sitting off to the side, and your dog doesn't know what the fuck's going on. It thinks it's playtime. Like if you just stand in the middle of the room and start doing jumping jacks, your dog's gonna come over and start fucking around because he thinks you want to play. Because they're dogs, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is it?
They want to play.
So yeah.
Dogs.
But if you start jumping around, like it's like Sinatra, you've had dogs your whole life, right? You and your girlfriend start play wrestling or whatever, or
oh my god,
something else, and the dog
eats herself on the fucking bed instantly.
Right? Like they think everything's playtime because they're dogs. Like
kids do that as well.
I'm
just saying, like,
I've never had kids, but I've had dogs. So I don't know. Is that true?
They said it's dog punching because they couldn't say accidental kid punching.
So
I was fucking around with Shelly the other day, and I was spanking her.
Right.
Like I threw her on the bed and I jumped on her and I was spanking her legs, spanking her butt. Eve jumped on me and was like, "Oh, we play now," and smushed all three of us. I was on Shelly. Eve jumped on me, and I'm big, and Eve's big as shit.
And this is what lay at the heart of the problem here. You're in the middle of Oculus Rift gaming, you're fucking around, you're jumping around, you're shooting zombies or whatever, and your dog comes running up and wham, you get him right in the kisser. And so now...
How is a software update going to prevent this?
Well, what it does is that it will highlight the general shape of the dog or child or anything moving towards you that you will see as like a green glow surrounding, so you know that is something outside the game that's in the real world and it's approaching you, so you don't punch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you sat there, you playing a horror game or something. All of a sudden, you see the outline of a guy dressed as Fred Flintstone holding a spear, and you're like, "Oh shit, it's kicking off now."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You can if you see Fred Flintstone with a spear, it's like that's real. Like if it's got a green glow. So you could do all kinds of horrifying things in games if you think about it, right? You could program green glow monsters into the game, and people are like, "Oh my god, a vampire, whatever the fuck is coming at me. For some reason, a giraffe is running really fast at me." Like, and so you dive out of the way.
Well, fucking like you're there, you're playing a game, and then you see a green glow of a person in front of you. You take off the headset, and there's no one there.
Right? Yeah, you could fuck people's heads in a big way. Think about that.
You put it back on again, and it's closer.
You can do alien isolation like that, right? Like have a xenomorph as a green glow outline coming at you and scare the shit out of people.
Oh, hell no. Nightmares are about to get upgraded.
All right, here we are. Man charged in bone-breaking assault on flight attendant claims self-defense.
Oh, they went in there, didn't they? Fight or flight. Well done.
All right, so here we are. A 20-year-old Irvine man federally charged with the assault of a crew member on board an American Airlines flight last week told investigators he was acting in self-defense after flying home from brain surgery. According to an affidavit, now here's the critical part, Brian Hsu claimed he suffers from psychological damage stemming from an assault in New York City last year, including a, quote, mental fog that impedes his ability to think clearly. So thusly...
He met Mooney, didn't he? He met that woman with the crazy apartment.
So his mental fog puts him in a position where he became agitated and began swinging, and he broke bones. And he said, oh, it was in self-defense. Charged at him and hit her in the nose against the palm of his right hand. So he went straight martial arts attack on her, tried to stab her in the brain with the nose bone, man. And
there is no nose bone.
But, well, nose cartilage, you get what I mean. And if you look, there's a little ridge that's up there that's bone. That's part of your...
Weird stance to take, gents. There's a lot more in this article than is it cartilage, you know?
No, he went straight Bruce Lee.
Yeah. But it's because of his mental fog following brain surgery after an assault in New York City, so thus self-defense.
I'll
got to protect your brain, yeah.
You'll be okay with it?
Yeah. It shouldn't have fucked with him.
Kyle Rittenhouse judge pauses trial to rant against media. Good for you.
I like this judge.
What's the quote? There are people on the media, on reputable sites, that are saying things that are totally bizarre, Bruce Schroeder said after. Have you not watched the news for the past 5 years, sir?
It is true. I mean, we've got from multiple angles. It's clear it was self-defense. Yet there's still people who are saying, "Nah, he's a murderer."
Mm-hmm.
And this is a teenage boy that they're persecuting here.
Yeah, but MAGA. So it's like the Covington Catholic kids. Oh, you're standing there, smiling into the wood chipper with you. Like it's
incredible. Like he shot a guy who was armed, right?
Yeah.
Ordinarily be like, all right, that's fair enough. But no, he crossed state lines. Like, that's
right.
He didn't. His dad lives in Kenosha.
Even if he did, that's not what's on trial here.
I agree with you, Drunkle. I myself have noticed at the time, meaning how quickly the story evolved and the talking points of it. It's like, this guy murdered a bunch of people was the original story at the riot. And then it's like, oh, well, then he did this. He was looking for trouble because he crossed state lines. Oh, should he have even had the gun? Well, maybe we shouldn't have guns. Yeah. And it's like, wait a minute. Are we talking about the original assault anymore? No, we're not anymore and haven't been for quite some time. It's the need to find some narrative to stick on Rittenhouse, on this kid. That's
exactly it. And the incredible thing is when it came with George Floyd and Derek Chauvin, but people were going, why is there even a trial? We have video evidence. We know that he killed him. And yet you go, but what? But we've got video evidence that shows that Carl Rittenhouse was acting in self-defense.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All I want is some fucking consistency.
Well, you're not going to get it because, the guy in Portland who killed the Trump supporter just walked up to him and shot him in the head?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
What, that for real, though?
Yeah.
Do that on Friday. Have you already done that? I want to hear about this.
It's like a year old.
I've not heard word one, man. It's like how little it's like how little the shoot up of the congressional softball game is talked about. Like, if that is not political assassination, an attempted political assassination, what is? Jesus Christ, they never fucking mention it. It's one of your fellow elected officials. Oh yeah, but he's a fucking Republican. Fuck him. Like that's where are their principles? It's I don't want.
Suspect in fatal Portland shooting of a Trump supporter had a gun in his pocket when he was killed by the task force. Yeah, they ended up killing the guy because he was a man.
Yep.
And they ended up killing him because when they went to arrest him, he pulled a gun. But he just walked up to this dude, middle of the fucking street, and just shot him, just for being a Trump supporter.
And even with the argument of, Carl Rittenhouse shouldn't have had a gun in the first place. Like, if someone's attacking you, you're on the ground and you see there's a gun right there. It's still self-defense. That doesn't change the fact that it was still self-defense. If someone comes up to me and they start fucking beating me onto the ground, and I find there's a gun there, and I fucking go, oi, back up, mate, and he still keeps going, and I shoot him, that's still self-defense. It doesn't matter where you find the gun. You're looking up pictures of octopi.
Glowing octopi.
I just got curious whether or not you could buy small octopi that are bioluminescent for your aquarium. What? I'm not a scatterbrain. It's fine.
What do you call one of those when he's got 8 guns? It's a Gloctopus.
Chad, if you want to see what I'm looking here, I'm looking.
He's looking while we're having a very serious discussion, and I see him Google aquarium bioluminescent octopus. It's good to know where your head's at while we're discussing world events.
I am not a scatterbrain, okay? Because Sinatra's interested in aquariums in a big way, right? And I thought, look at this cool one.
That is cool. There's
small little octopi and squid and whatnot, cuttlefish that you can get for aquariums, right? And I'm wondering, are there bioluminescent ones for aquariums? That'd be so cool.
There's an aquarium store I used to frequent, not so much anymore, but they had stingrays, fucking massive stingrays. And those things were gorgeous.
I mean, that would be, along with selling your shrimp online, selling bioluminescent things for people's aquariums. That'd be a hot market, man.
I saw a stingray just floating there. I'd punch it in the face, my boy Steve.
Oh man, if you could, grow these, or not grow them, what would it be called? Farm them?
Why's it got an erection?
It's not an erection. It's a jelly. It's got.
He's got a boner, mate.
It's got stuff and things hanging off it. They all do.
It's not a boner. They ain't got any bones. He's got a jellier.
Yeah.
He's got a throb on.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I love this guy. Just kills me. He's just chilling in a clamshell.
Loves it, mate.
Yeah, he's just found a home.
Loves it.
He's just
sitting there. You go over to it, and they're like, "Oh, what's this?" And then he jumps out like a face hugger from Aliens. Like,
My God,
that movie.
It's even in the shape of the egg pod. You're right. It would just jump out and
in the shell.
Yeah, it jumps out right on your face.
He's fucking around with all the other fish. You're like, "Oh, God damn it, Steve!" Every time.
So anyway. I can actually show you where I got that from. I'm truly not a scatterbrain.
You say you're not a scatterbrain, but we went from fucking a flight attendant getting punched in the nose. Bone? Is it cartilage? Was it self-defense?
No, look.
Octopus.
No, look. It was Twitter suspense. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's scary.
Oh, God. Yeah, fucking...
That's a scary one, Sinatra. Oof.
Now imagine that, but in green.
Sorry I'm late. Sin, he didn't walk up to him. He stalked the Trump supporter for a while that night. He hunted him down and waited for the opportunity to present itself. He would have had the greatest chance of doing it when the guy least expected it. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, that didn't make any news.
You're talking about the octopus?
No, the shooting. So we were looking at this article. We were talking about the Trump thing. When you guys were making your point, this caught my eye, which is Twitter suspends Newsmax star for satanic vaccine claim. I'm like, okay. Robinson absurdly claimed that COVID-19 vaccines contain a bioluminescent tracing device tied to the devil, prompting her own network to rebuke her. And that bioluminescent. And then it occurred to me, naturally, can I get a bioluminescent octopus for my aquarium?
There was actually a reason for it. I did not expect that. All right, okay. I think you just bored and just Googled glowing squid. Do you know what I mean? There was actually a reason.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
It's not as crazy as you think. Just kind of crazy.
It's still pretty crazy.
Just like I said, just kind of crazy. All right, moving along. Latter-day Saint missionary brings COVID-19 case to remote island nation. Now, Sinatra, this is for you, buddy. When I read this story, I'm like, oh man, I gotta bring this up for Sinatra. You ready for this? A missionary of the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints has brought the coronavirus, the Modella virus, to a remote island of Tonga. According to several reports, Tonga's isolation has made it one of the few remaining places in the world that avoided COVID-19 outbreaks. The nation reported its first case ever. Honolulu civil returned from mission in Africa, spent several weeks in New Zealand before returning to Tonga. Now here's the thing. The missionary was fully vaccinated and had tested negative in New Zealand before taking the flight to Tonga and still brought COVID-19 there.
Oh, what an ass.
Well, I'm just saying, fully vaccinated, trust in the vaccine, folks. It's complete inoculation. You're free. It won't just, Fauci, when he said will stop you from getting it, and now it'll just make it not as bad if you do get it, etc., etc. It's the evolving story. Well, here's a guy. We have an isolated case of an isolated island where you can actually examine it. How else could COVID-19 have got there? Because he's the only one, but he was vaccinated and tested negative, but still infected every last one of them.
Interesting how that works, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was clearly hiding in, I don't know, his Book of Mormon or something. I don't know, whatever missionary items he brought with him. I don't know.
Called it from the pilot.
Possibly, yeah. Okay, so here's one. Now, Drunkle, here's one for you. I didn't forget you.
You already gave me the whirlpool, man.
Well, now we got another one. Heathrow Airport.
You're spoiling me.
Luggage conveyor belt filled with frozen fish crates. Wait, what? Yes, it's true. Look. Somebody just shipped lots and lots of frozen fish. Now listen, here's the thing. I was thinking about this. I just love this picture so much that I decided to make it a story. And I fly a lot, I used to before, the vid. Anyway, I hate standing at these conveyor belts because everyone's standing around and everyone's got black luggage. That's why I tie something like a red bag or whatever to the handle of my luggage so I can immediately recognize it. And I'm not picking up somebody else's luggage over and over again, checking the tag. Yeah, my luggage is easily recognizable. And when somebody, it happens, brother, it happens. I'll see somebody pick up my red flagged luggage. You know what I mean? That I've tied like a blue bag to or whatever, and I'll see someone grab it, and I'm like, motherfucker, you better set that down quick. You're holding on to it a little. Okay then. All right then. All right.
That's why
you know what I mean? Like you see them on the other side of the oval touching your shit, and you know it's your shit, and it's like, you better put that down pretty fucking quick. It's a roller coaster ride of emotion when I'm standing at these carousels.
I don't think tying the bag is. I don't think that's effective enough. Which is why I always write drugs in white paint along the side.
See who's willing, who's daring.
Anyone who picks it up immediately gets arrested. No one's messing with my luggage.
I would just listen. I am a big fan of seafood. I just grab some. Fuck you. You're shipping frozen fish.
Yeah, true.
You know.
True.
This is not a fucking, this is not FedEx for shipping your shit. This is a commercial fucking flight. That spells to me, free fish. Fuck you.
I mean, we've had salmon crossing the road. Now they're fucking crossing state lines.
We're talking 100 boxes of frozen fish. Motherfucker, what are you going to do? Stop everyone from grabbing them? I want some free fish.
Oh, yeah. You don't even know what fish is in there either. It could be anything.
Well, I
mean... It
mean...
could be a bioluminescent octopus.
Well...
Just grab it for the halibut.
Hey! All right, Sinatra.
Well done.
Right.
You know what?
God, why not?
You know what? I totally forgot. I had fucking puns for the going back. I had puns for this. It's too bad Augie died. Everyone looked up to him. They can't see their way to the top of the problem.
They all hype-based puns then, aren't they?
Yeah, they all were. It's just, and I forgot about them. Oh well.
Well, we do need to. Someone's got to look into this, haven't they? They got to stick their neck out and find out what's going on.
I just wanted to look at Augie again. They're hilarious. I love giraffes. They're funny. Moving on. Oh, you know what? We're running late. We're near the end. We're not going to be able to do all this. So we did the Heathrow fish.
Yeah,
that's
what they're called.
What else do we have left? Okay, this jackass won the lottery twice. $2 million scratch and win lottery prize. He had already won it. The $2 million scratched lottery prize. And he did it again. In Baltimore. Fuck. That's the whole story. Like this son of a bitch won twice in a row. And it's like, oh my God, a worker from the AAA was fatally struck. But we're all here.
Are we though? I'm 6 hours behind you guys. Like anything could happen.
Oh my God!
You guys don't warn me.
Is Drunkle dead? And we're just hearing from the past? Like,
yeah. Sound travels slower than light.
Maryland's most wanted. Him? I wouldn't have thought that.
That's actually the black version of me.
All right, let's do the last story before let's talk about the dark story before we move on to the white pill. This is medical student put on fat suit and disguised himself as a black woman to throw acid in his ex-girlfriend's face, disfiguring her for life.
Oh, that started off funny and then got really unfunny.
Yeah. But thank you, Insider.com, for capitalizing the B in black. That is much appreciated. That the medical student in a fat suit throwing acid in his girlfriend's face. Yes, this is the time to be woke. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, there he is. Looking wonderful.
He's massive. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. He is. Let's just go ahead and... Oh, the picture's not getting any smaller, no matter how small I make the text.
That is just staring you down as you're trying to do. Look, you make me smaller, boy. You can't make me smaller.
Look at all the plans he's got. Costume 1, costume 2.
Why would you write this down?
Yeah, it's all evidence against him now, and he's fucked. It's wig, black beanie, etc.
Look how he capitalized the W for white long sleeve top, though. It's all very political, mate.
Yeah, well, he did brown and black, but I think that's just because it's the first black morph suit. I love it. That's great.
Watching too many Eddie Murphy movies.
Yeah. Mid-lad Roof, 25, a former medical student, was sentenced after pleading guilty to...
He seems acid throwy.
Yeah. After pleading guilty to, get the name of the account, applying a corrosive fluid with intent. Yes. Now, he lived in England, Sussex, Brighton. When she opened the door, he handed her a note, and then he threw sulfuric acid in her face. The acid was so
So
constant.
she never even got to read the note.
Yeah, and the note was about debt. So it was to make it seem like this is a message to you, honey, like, you better pay us what you owe us, like to dissuade suspicion from himself.
I see. Wow, this is really premeditated, eh?
Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah.
Man in a costume. And
Yeah. The acid was so
You get away with it,
concentrated,
though.
it scorched the paintwork off of the front door.
Woo.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So,
This is what happens when a country doesn't have firearms.
yeah, you always answer the door
shoot
with a
it like a
gun
real
pointed
person.
like through the door, where if like at least you get acid in the face, you start blasting. And she will even after multiple surgeries, she still can't close her eyes. Her eyelids are that burned.
That's the living hell.
Yeah, like this guy is like, and he got 15 years. That's it.
That's
like
it.
You have ruined her life. Literally ruined her life.
Yeah.
That's it. 15 years. That's it.
Yeah, and he's 25, so he's relatively. He is a young man, right? So he's out at 40. No, you shouldn't be able to go on with your life at 40 years old after ruining this woman's life. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
No,
the thing is
you
that
should
as soon
do
as he
that.
comes out, he ain't got any eyelids. She'll always be watching.
Jesus Christ, man. This is dark on some dark material, man. Wow.
But it's never going to happen to her again, is it? Because she'll always see him coming.
Oh, no. Stop.
Oh.
Stop. It's wrong.
Hey,
Oh.
cutie, want some candy? I'm just kidding. Get in the car.
Gamer Valine, thank you for the $9. There are ways to do this. Acid isn't how you do that. I'm so angry at this guy because it's just such a
douche.
Yeah, it's just. I'm sorry. It's such a Mohammedan thing to do. I said it.
A Mohammedan thing to do.
I just.
That's it. This show's not getting any better than that now. Fucking hell. Oh, God, I wish my grandpa was still alive. He would be roaring with laughter. Oh my God.
I
think we've
really,
peaked.
I am really angry at this guy because it's just such a fucking incredible scumbag, and that he only got 15 years. Like, oh, he pled guilty, so we'll give him like I said, he gets out at 40. Fuck that. This guy should be you absolutely ruined her life. She's already been through multiple surgeries and still is not, like, kind of okay. Fuck. Fuck this guy, man. Okay.
Well, I mean, the best we can hope for is that something terrible happens to him while he's at Her Majesty's service.
Well, there are the stories, right, where it's like, okay, so attacking women, children of any sort, or being a snitch, those are the three things you don't want to be. You're off in protective custody. You can't be mainline. Well, let's hope that this guy lives in, like, constant 24-hour fear for his 15 years. Like, she's gonna have to live in fucking fear, because we're just talking about the physical damage. Imagine the psychological damage. Who wouldn't be an agoraphobe after something like that? Would you ever want to answer a door again after that?
Yeah. It's one of those as well that, it's always going to be with you, as you're saying, like you'll have fucking nightmares about it. Every time you close your eyes, you're going to see it. She ain't got that problem. But there is
Jesus.
a fucking a huge psychological thing. Like, it's not just her face is ruined, her fucking life is ruined now.
Yeah, it is.
And he gets 15 years. He gets to continue on with his after 15 years? No. Hey, it's not very often I say this, but I hope he gets fucking raped to death in prison.
You want some kind of justice, so you'd like to think that there's something that's going to hang with him the way it's going to hang with her psychologically, like something damaging on that level.
Throw
right?
fucking acid in his face.
Yeah. Would it be the worst thing? Anyway,
Nothing of value will be lost,
Right? He's not an actual med student. It's not like we lost a doctor. He's a former med student. NHS is not out, man. They haven't lost anything. I think she was a med student, though, so they lost out on her. Anyway, China is urging families to stock up on food supply as challenges multiply. And as you read through this, it's like China's in a really fucking bad spot. When you build up your entire society on like chopsticks and fucking wishful thinking, yeah, you're gonna have to end up. I mean, like that's like a House of Cards reference, like but they don't play cards there. They play mahjong, so chopsticks. Get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
House of mahjong. They do play cards there, Polly.
It's also funny that you mentioned that.
Are regular 52 deck playing cards big in China? Is that a thing?
Dude, how many? Have you never seen a fucking Chinaman in a casino? The fucking place is loaded with them.
Well, yeah, but that's because they're in the West. I've never been to a Chinese literal casino. No, I figured they were all in there mahjonging and pie-gowing it up.
Probably a scam anyway, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
I ain't going to
Yeah,
Chinese.
it's not to
casino,
mention
mate.
that half of their infrastructure is made with packing peanuts and Elmer's glue.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Like wishful thinking is what holds
So
this
when
whole
you say
place
House
up.
of Cards, it's very accurate.
Yeah. And they have massive freshwater supply issues. They have no agricultural land. That's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things that they're jealous at America for is like food supply. They import so much food because they don't have agricultural land nor fresh water for irrigation. Like, yeah, and China, you better stock up on food. You know what that translates to? The party has done some calculations, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna have lots and lots of dead people, and we're only gonna be able to keep the story under wraps that we've got people dying of starvation all over the place for a few years until somebody from the Western media decides that they're okay with being racist and reporting on mass death inside of China.
Shit's going down, basically.
I mean, honestly, like the Wuhan thing, like you're going to expect the Western media to tell you what's going on inside of China. It's just not.
The rest of the world knows that every issue we've had for the past 2 years almost has come from China. So like, okay, well, you can do this, but you're gonna have to pay more for this, and then they're like, no.
They have a French accent in your mind.
Well, if they're in Vietnam, they are Asian and French, and there you go. Ooh. Yeah, I still got the noir bars turned on. Fuck Sinatra.
Look at those
Fuck
gams.
Sinatra. Usually that's the fuck Sinatra, don't he? So, C. Thomas, thank you for the $3. Oi! China being a shithole because China is a communist shithole? Shocked I am. Time Nanking Part 2. Sacking Boogaloo. Well, I don't want another Nanking. Like, if we're talking about, like, the Japanese in Nanking. Nobody wants that. That was, don't look that up. Don't read about that. That'll be worse.
I won't.
It's, if you don't know about it.
There was never a danger of that happening, Polly.
Okay. All right, let's do it! Glenn Youngkin win for Republican in Virginia governor vote, and this is the BBC story, and it had my favorite word of the day, shock win from BBC. Shock win for Republican in Virginia governor vote. I love the way the British media reports these things. Shock win. I don't care if you guys don't find it entertaining. I find it very entertaining. I was saying it over and over again.
It's always a shock.
Yeah.
No one's ever angry in British newspapers. They're always fuming.
Ooh, largest hoard of Anglo-Saxon gold coins unearthed. I want to read that later. That might be interesting. Okay.
He's I'm going to bring it. He's saving it for himself. He flaunted it in front of you, chat, and he's keeping it for himself.
All right, let's take a look at it. Largest Anglo-Saxon gold coin hoard found in Norfolk. In Virginia?
It's terrible.
That's a weird place for it.
That is weird.
Yeah. Well, it's good that it's still on the Virginia subject, but odd. That's cool. Don't turn that on.
Take me home.
4 gold objects were discovered with 131 coins in a field in West Norfolk. Most of the same anonymous metal.
Stop saying Norfolk. Stop saying Norfolk.
How do you say it? Norfolk?
Norfolk.
But that would be F-I-K.
Mate, don't get me started.
So at
I'm gonna make a game of British places, and you've got to fucking pronounce it correctly.
Somewhere
no one will win a point.
Some were minted in the Byzantine Empire, but most were from the Merovingian kingdom, which broadly corresponds to modern-day France. And the guy who was married to Monica Bellucci. Oof. Remember her as Persephone in The Matrix? Are you blind? Have you seen The Matrix 2 or 3?
Yeah, it's just they're not the memorable ones, are they?
Monica Bellucci was certainly memorable as Persephone in 2 and 3. That's pretty much the only thing I remember. Like, oh my God, that is a sexy Italian lady.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that's a very sexy woman. Okay, moving along. So, I actually went and archived this article, and somebody had already archived it because I didn't want them to change it. Because here's Joy Reid.
You know they would.
And here's Joy Reid's take.
Oh, has anyone done a welfare check on her?
Not lately, but they probably should, huh?
She looks like she takes
Did she
welfare
show up for work
checks.
tonight?
You want to do Ricky Spanish?
Travis Gardner for the Ricky Spanish says, wait, deja vu all over again. What? With Chinese famine. Oh yeah, you got a point there, but it's just deja vu all over again. It's kind of fucking, those words should not go together, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you, Travis Gardner, for the Ricky Spanish.
So the titular article relates to the title for today's episode. The salt is flowing. The sacred soil of Virginia is salty today. And the reason why is because, well, Youngkin won, and it's the victory proves white ignorance is a powerful weapon. Virginia's new Republican governor won his race by stoking outrage over critical race theory. Or you crazy fucking psychopath social Marxists, racists, push critical race theory so hard, so fast, that a guy simply saying no was able to garner support.
Fucking weird though, isn't it? You've got something like white ignorance, and that's perfectly fine to say, apparently. But there is no polar opposite. But there is nothing for black people. Well, we have white ignorance, and we have black excellence.
Yep. Listen,
there's no white excellence. There's no black ignorance. Even you look at the demographics of people who have been vaccinated, and the black community, hate that word, is fucking one of the largest ones who are completely skeptical of it. But then people just come in and go, oh no, it's totally justified actually, because about 10 years ago, fucking government used to experiment on black people. What? Shut up, Andy. What the fuck are you talking about?
Just to make a point of what can be written up on MSNBC as news, like you said, it's like, oh, it's fine to say that. Oh, it gets much better. It gets much better. Youngkin, who received Donald Trump's endorsement in May. Donald Trump.
Gotta fit it in. Gotta fit it in. Yeah.
It was like Tucker's thing where, what was the name of the video clip that he put up? It was, This is Crazy, or They've Gone Crazy. They're addicted to Trump was the point of his lead story, right? It's so true. It's like, remember, he showed a bunch of clips. And he said, now keep in mind, these all were recorded from this week. And every single news entertainer was like, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. He had Aaron Burnett on CNN going, yes, it's metastasized, but the original cancer was Donald Trump. It's like, the guy hasn't been in office for so long. Again, I think Tucker's right. They're just straight up addicted to reporting on him because their ratings have dropped so bad and they are so Trump derangement syndrome, on it goes. And you could get away with saying shit like this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, similar to Trump, hold on, let me read. Similar to Trump, Youngkin is a businessman with no political experience whose campaign is focused on hot-button social topics like outrage over school criteria rather than substantive policy discussions. The Loudoun County thing comes up. Ultimately, the campaign settled on a game plan that seemed to resonate deeply with white voters in Virginia. White not capitalized, targeting school lesson plans that address inequality and social justice. And I love this so much. Critical race theory is a college-level field of study that's not taught in Virginia K-12 schools, but it's become a catch-all phrase for intellectually lazy people, many of them white, who want to stigmatize any discussion about American racism. The salt. Like, I need a drink of water. This is just the bile. Many of them white. You could not write with this level of vitriol anywhere but a progressive news channel. The only place where you can get away with this kind of blatant racism. It's like, well, we didn't say all of them. We said many of them. Yeah, and many black people shoot each other.
Ew.
But the statistics bear it out, man. But it's just...
You are right.
But you shouldn't say it bluntly. You should add nuance to it. And it's like, it's true. But it's not black people shooting each other, is it? It's a very specific thing in a very specific context in Democrat-run cities. Yeah, I added that in. I don't care. It's true. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not older black folk that are shooting each other. It's not wealthy individuals. It's not, you can trace it down to very specific contexts that make it happen. But for these people, no, it's all about race. It's all about race.
It is all about race. And isn't it, when it comes to CRT as well, it's either, accept that you're racist or you're a white supremacist.
Or accept that you're racist, but or if you do not and deny it, you're denying your own racism. So it's
you're racist no matter what.
Yeah, it's unfalsifiable. Great fucking theory. Where's it's a college level field of study. Yeah, you know what you need at college? Falsification. You have to be able to be proven wrong in the course of your theory's implementation. Critical race theory cannot be. You are racist no matter what. You know what else is like that? Marxism. Cannot be falsified. Oh, you don't believe you're part of the proletariat? Well, that's because you possess, in their language, a false consciousness that you don't understand what's going on. Well, that makes it unfalsifiable no matter what. It's right. Well, yeah, that's the problem with it. It's the theory that's never wrong, because even when it's wrong, it's still right because it's got a piece incorporated into it to explain it away.
And you're not allowed to bring up those stats that you brought up as well.
No, you're not.
You're not allowed to because it is proving what's going on. And don't get me wrong, it's not that certain people are more violent than other people. At the end of the day, right, white people are just as violent as poor people, right? Well, I always think whenever I see Donald Trump is in the news, every time that happens, the first thing that comes into my head is, what's Biden done now? Because every time he fucks up, it's all about Trump, isn't it? Let's not report on that. Let's fucking go back. Go back to 2016.
Just the outright racism where it's like, from the outset, it was clear Youngkin would need fervent support from the state's conservative base, along with the backing of some white voters in Democratic-leaning areas like Loudoun County to win the race. And it's again, it's just white people doing it. So we hop over here to this article. And I'm pulling a Sinatra right now with a double titular, but it's worth it for this stuff.
It's coming in pairs.
The GOP hopes school board fights lead to national wins, but they could lead to much more. Here's what it means if Republicans take over the national school boards. Bubble. C. Thomas, thank you for the $2. Joy Reid is a talentless hack who defended gangbangers that kidnapped the autistic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah. Fuck white people, fuck Donald Trump on tape saying those exact words. And no, it wasn't a hate crime. Right. I don't even think there should be hate crimes. But if there are, well, how's that not one? And CRT is racist bullshit that deserves a hypersonic one-way trip to the hood rat dumpster Joy Reid crawled out of. Whoa. Well, that's just it. See, Thomas, I would disagree with you on one thing. Joy Reid is a blow with the wind kind of person. Remember, she was talking about the gay agenda 10 years ago, and they're going to come and burn down your churches. Remember? I do. Remember her articles that came out on the Internet Archive on the Wayback Machine, where she was blogging about a whole bunch of so-called white conservative issues like the gay agenda and the LGBTQ agenda, and they're pushing it on your kids in schools. Don't be surprised when they start burning down your churches. And then she claimed somebody went in and hacked the Internet Archive to put those articles in the Wayback Machine.
No. She didn't claim somebody did that. She claimed Russians did that.
Did she claim Russians did that?
Yep.
And then apologized and hired a cyber expert to figure out who had done it to get the proof. And then a week later wrote an apology stating that her opinions had, quote, evolved. Wait a minute. If you're apologizing for this now and admitting your opinions have changed, you're also by extension admitting that you fucking lied about the planted articles and lied when you said you didn't write them. That's who Joy Reid really is. The current trend is to be
for her to lie.
Yeah. The trend is to be a racist progressive under the guise of actual progress, but just to be a CRT promoting racist, saying hot take bullshit. That's who Joy Reid really is. is a fucking scamster. It's I will say whatever needs to be said to get attention right now. And she found mass attention through this. And plus, she's a woman of color, so therefore can never be told that she's wrong. She's found the ultimate place to be perched from for hot takes. This, why did I want to bring this up? Because the depth of racism in this by Jahan Jones, going off of Joy Reid's story and her interview with a critical race scholar. I don't think a critical race theory person can be called a scholar. You're a fraudster. Because, and I will just argue that on the basis of, listen, I'm a wannabe scholar in the sense that I'm a doctoral student, so I would like to be a scholar one day. And what I know is you don't have any academic rigor. How do I know that? Because your theory's not falsifiable. You can't have a theory that's unfalsifiable because it's just a load of lies. Travis Gardner, thank you for the $3 and the sexy dress drop. I feel that most of this will end when many say, yes, this is a culture war and I am here to fight. Denying that there's a culture war going on is not healthy. There is one. Yeah. It's, well, not healthy. It's just like denying it. This is the way it starts. School board elections across the country Tuesday will test the power of Republicans' ahistorical anti-science rhetoric following months of conservative attacks on non-white educators, lesson plans discussing racism and inequality, and pandemic-era health requirements. That's the fucking first sentence. This is a news network. Ahistorical anti-science rhetoric, conservative attacks on non-white educators. This is a news network, guys. No, this is entertainment. That's why I call them. This is why I call news entertainers. This is supposed to get you excited and get your dander up, get you pumped. This is to radicalize people who already agree with it. This is for the sake of entertainment. You go watch a movie. John Wick, you want to get your adrenaline going when he's fighting the gunfight that he's fighting or whatever. It's entertaining because it's a rush. It's a rush to go on a roller coaster. It's a rush to read this stuff because, oh my God, these conservatives are out there doing all these things. They are news entertainers. They're not informers. They're not journalists. Because what new information is here? They say, here's what it could mean if Republicans take over the nation's school boards. What are you even talking about? Do you have any evidence that this is going to happen? What are you even going off of? This is a nightmare fear tactic story. This is a fanfic if non-existent conservative racists took over.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
That's the line from the movie Network.
Yeah.
I want you to get mad.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
And what will it look like? Far-right control over the nation's school boards will give conservatives across the country tremendous local power. Incoming school boards won't just influence curricula. They'll also be tasked with spending billions of dollars allocated to K-12 education in this year's federal blah, blah, blah spending bills. They'll also be...
What they're really trying to say with that is they're taking tremendous power away from us.
Right, because you already run it. You already have these things. Let's listen to them mention the things that'll be taken away that they know are already there while denying that they're there. They'll also be responsible for crafting regulations to keep students in their district safe amid the pandemic or not, and they'll have jurisdiction over policies designed to protect or torment LGBTQ students whose rights are being attacked across the country. Again, we will keep things out of the schools that are about inequality and racism. But I thought you said critical race theory wasn't being taught in K-12. Oh, that was this story, not this story. In this story, we claim if they get in and get control of school boards, they'll take that stuff away that we told you over here wasn't there. Again, this is a fucking news network.
Questions and the FBI is coming here.
And all of this comes down to, for me, like, the salt. This is all power cope. You know what I mean? It's like you lost a critical election that is viewed as a bellwether.
Fear-mongering, pseudo-shaming.
Yeah.
And, like, you should feel bad for not doing what we said. Now look what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, this is our if they had won, like if the Youngkin had not won and his Democratic competitor had won, it would be Biden's initiative validated. America is progressing despite its horribly racist past and ongoing need to do more, but this is a sign of good things to come. That he doesn't win by a few percentage points, and it's, oh my God, white ignorance! You just don't understand! I'm Joy Reid's six-figure bullshit artist! Fuck you. Fuck you. And by the way, they did capitalize white in white women. Joy Reid, Terry McAfee, lost white women and specific messaging war on race. And it's like, don't capitalize white. I don't want to go down this path with you. White is a descriptor, black is a descriptor. They're not proper nouns. Stop it. I don't want a capital W.
I just want some fucking consistency.
Yeah, but
don't we all?
No, I don't want the consistency of that. I want grammar consistency then.
Yes, and that as well.
Yeah, consider yourself schnoozed.
Nice.
And there it is. So Sinatra, we're overtime, as it happens. Yeah, we're
as we are one to do.
Yeah. But we can do.
Well, people always complain about us being late, but they never show gratitude for us going way overtime.
No, true that, man. Fucking true that.
Yeah, you were 5 minutes late, but you went for an hour over.
All right, so we didn't do X-Files trivia before. This challenge has been going on for a while. We need to make it happen.
Do it.
Let's do it. 10 questions. We won't do average. We'll do tough. Okay? X-Files,
Yes.
10 questions, tough. Let's do it. Turn off no script. Everything works right. Okay. We want to play it as a single-page quiz. All right, here we go.
There's one time, but it was back in the day when the announcer in between TV shows would say, "And up next." And this woman got it so fucking wrong. She was like, "And next up, we've got X-Files with Moldy and Sculler."
Nice. In the first episode, pilot, Scully and Mulder went to Oregon to investigate a series of alien abductions, then went back there for a similar case at the end of the 7th season in Requiem. In which season was Mulder abducted?
Why didn't? So that whole first part
Yeah.
didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter at all. In what season was Mulder abducted? Was it actually, it was Scully abducted in the first season? It's the 7th season, the first season, or neither? Well, you can't say neither because that implies one or two. None of the above is what you should have written there. You suck.
I think it was neither because way later in the show when he got it.
You're going neither? It was 7.
Yeah.
It was 7. Because Doggett comes in sort of as his replacement because Scully needs a partner. So John Doggett comes in, and it happened at the end of season 7. Moving on. A memorable bad guy from the first season was Eugene Toombs, who appeared in 2 episodes. When Mulder and Scully had their first confrontation with them, how did he die? Was he crushed to death, suffocated, shot to death, or rapid aging? Do you remember Eugene Toombs?
He was the stretchy dude.
Yeah, very old, too. Had been alive for a long time. He went into hibernation and then came out of hibernation to feed. How did he die? Was he crushed to death, suffocated, shot to death, or rapid aging? I know the answer.
I don't remember.
No, he was crushed to death. It was in an elevator shaft. He had made he hibernated, and remember he was doing paper mache with his own tongue. He was licking torn sheets of newspaper, making a hive for himself to hibernate in, and he had done it inside. It was in the same building that he always hibernated in, and he decided to hibernate in the elevator shaft, and he gets crushed by the elevator car.
Textbook error.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Because I'm mostly sure it was like an escalator.
I think it was an Escalade.
Well, either way, he would have been shot to death by an escalator?
No, not shot to death.
No.
Okay, we'll go crushed.
Not we, you. We're not doing this in tandem. We're Okay. Number 3. In the second in the second season episode, Die Hand Die Velsat, a school teacher named Mrs. Paddock killed several people. Who was she apparently acting on behalf of? Oh, I know. Mr. X, God, the devil, or aliens?
I don't remember. The devil?
Yeah, it is the devil. That's my guess, too. She was part of a cult that Mulder was suggesting had gone back for centuries, and they were killing people as part of their satanic rituals. Yeah.
Oh, I heard back from Outlaw.
Uh-huh.
He said, funny cunt, we have a tomato sauce base on our pizza. So do we, but you have ketchup at fucking Pizza Hut.
Oh. And tater tots at Pizza Hut, which I also find kind of odd.
Sexual ketchup.
Yes, very sexualized, family unfriendly, queefing ketchup. It did say squirt. Queefs often accompany squirts.
No, don't queef on my chip.
Number 4. Here's a question not specifically about the show. Well, then what the fuck? Which Fox Sports personality did a promo where he talked about wanting to meet Scully? Tim McCarver, Terry Bradshaw, Keith, fuck you in the ass, Olbermann, or Troy Aikman?
Troy Aikman.
You know what? Keith Olbermann is such a creepy, weird, strange fucker. You know, the anti-Trump guy, you know Keith Olbermann is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
raging
fucking
lunatic.
ranting loon.
Yeah, and he's such a ranting loon, I'm willing to bet. You're going to say Aikman, I'm going to say Olbermann, just because I'm willing to bet he's a creep or two going, oh, I'd love to meet that
Oberman
Scully.
ever worked for Fox.
What's that?
I just don't think Oberman ever worked for Fox.
I just thought he was all over the place with his fuego.
Maybe.
Number 5, I actually don't watch. I only watch the sports. The only sports ball I watch is baseball, and I watch it on, you know, MLB, ATV. Yeah, I get it on like MLB channels. So I don't watch ESPN, sports news, whatever. Apparently ESPN's gotten pretty woke. I wouldn't know. I don't watch it. Do you watch it? Is that a thing? Are you a sports ball guy?
Nope.
There were several episodes over the years that paid homage to old TV shows. Which of the following series was not honored by a reference to it during an episode? Well, I remember the Brady Bunch episode where the guy was creating the Brady Bunch house to live in.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, I have no idea.
Andy.
I'm going to go with Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, that show didn't have a big structure to it. Like the Brady Bunch had their things. Yeah, okay.
Like what? Dick Van Dyke was an alien face changer in an episode? What could they have possibly done? The only one I know is the Brady Bunch. I don't remember anything from Fantasy Island happening. I don't remember anything from any of these three happening. I'm just going with Dick. Don't clip that.
Yeah.
In an episode Monday, Mulder and Scully are unaware they keep repeating the same day over and over because they died during a botched bank robbery. That was a great episode. Mulder was depositing his paycheck at the bank to keep a check he had written for what from bouncing. I remember.
Me too. Apartment day.
Yeah. The water on the floor, right?
The water on the floor.
Yeah. Every day.
It's supposed to have a fucking waterbed.
Yeah. It was the Groundhog Day episode that they kept repeating the same day over and over again, and Mulder would swing his feet off the bed and whoop right into the soaked carpet. It was the sign that the day was starting over again, kind of thing in the episode. It was great. Number 7. What was Thor's hammer as revealed in the episode Triangle? Fuck triangles. Do you remember it?
Give me a run.
Mulder goes to the Bermuda Triangle, hence Triangle, to discover the British ship that disappeared in there, and they go back in time to World War II, where Nazis have taken over the ship. And Mulder's out of time. Yeah, and the smoking man was like the SS Gestapo officer, and Scully was a OSS agent on the ship, and it was fucking great. Great episode. And Mulder was a time travel episode. Yep. Thor's hammer was the nuclear scientist that the Nazis were looking for. Because Smoking Man kept asking, "Der Huda da Fraga," kept saying to him over and over again, "Answer the question, answer the question."
I keep thinking about, because there's supernatural episodes that are real similar to a lot of these ones. And there was one where Dean went back in time in a fucking submarine.
So what you're saying is that Supernatural's trying to rip off of X-Files.
No, very different, but similar setups.
See, Thomas,
that was actually... sorry, no, he was going back looking for one of God's relics as well. So in this, so you got Thor's hammer, which, you know, obviously we would think to be a Nordic relic instead of a person. And he was going back looking for Christianity mythology stuff. So, no, I see the parallels there, man.
Yeah.
C. Thomas, thank you for the bonk of the bubble, for $2. Keith Olbermann was always more of an unhinged activist, but after Trump, he straight up turned into a cultist for that cause and went insane. Side question, Noir Bar Friday, you old boomer homie? Yes. The answer is yes. Keith Olbermann is insane. Thank you, Drunko. I appreciated that.
I don't even know who Keith Olbermann is, but that was good.
He's the guy who actually tweeted out, "Shut the fuck up, you motherfucking traitor," to Donald Trump. Like you're at that level. You consider yourself like it's like, oh yeah, I'm a sports guy, but I'm also a journalist. And he's the guy who begged foreign intelligence services to help America because we are now under a tyrannical regime and we need your help to help fight against this. It's like, who's the traitor? And like Trump turned out to not be a traitor by the investigation you yourself claimed was going to have him dragged out of the White House in handcuffs. Keith Olbermann, you're out of your fucking mind. And now he's a full-on COVIDian. Like, you know, everybody vaccinated everywhere all the time. Like, I think C. Thomas is right. Like, the guy's always been unhinged, and now he's just found a series of causes to be a psychopath about.
Yep.
So it was a scientist.
It was a scientist, yes. And to answer your question, yes, Friday night we will be doing a Noir Bar. Okay, number 8. Before John Doggett joined the FBI, he worked for what big city police department? I know the answer to this. John Doggett was the guy who played the T-1000.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. What's his name? Help me out.
Yeah.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick. I did not think I was going to like Doggett, but I did. I ended up liking him. He was cool.
Yeah, I did too after a while.
Yeah.
Wasn't he Boston or Philly? I don't remember.
You tell me. What's your guess?
Oh, Boston.
It was New York.
Boston.
You
have to say it like that. Boston.
It was New York. In the episode Closure, Mulder finally learned what happened to his sister Samantha. What Air Force base had she been held at after her abduction? Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, his sister was handed over by his father as part of the syndicate because they needed humans for testing, and it had to be a family member to ensure secrecy on behalf of the syndicate, etc., etc. That's what happened to his sister. She legitimately was abducted. But I don't remember the name of the fucking Air Force base she was held at. Do you?
I want to say
Berkson? I'm going to go Raymond just to go different. I have no fucking clue. That's super detailed. Holy shit. And the final one. Late in the 8th season, the character, Agent Leela Harrison, was introduced. She had been processing their expense reports over the years and had become a fan, so she jumped at the chance to work with Doggett when Scully went on maternity leave in the episode Alone. At the end of the episode, she asked Mulder and Scully about an event in the movie Fight the Future. What did she specifically ask about? I remember.
Wasn't it the bees?
The bees? Is that what you're going with?
Not the bees!
Not the bees! Is that the answer you're going with?
Ooh, wasn't it? I think so.
Okay, so the bees.
No, it's Escaping Antarctica.
Oh, you son of a bitch. It was Escape from Antarctica. Because at the end of Fight the Future, it's one of the big, plot holes in the movie. They're in Antarctica. They have no way of getting out. And then it cuts to them at the J. Edgar Hoover FBI headquarters building in Washington, D.C. And it's like, how did they get out of the center of Antarctica? They didn't have a phone. They didn't have a radio. Their giant tractor that they had driven out there that Mulder had driven out there ran out of gas. So how'd they get back? And she asked about that, and it was a funny moment where it's like, yeah.
Ham and Beans in the chat said this question is longer than some $1 slabs.
Ouch. Spicy. I like it. Okay, submit my answers. Yes, Mulder was abducted in the end of the 7th season because I'm awesome and I know what I'm talking about. Sorry there, Sinatra. So 1 for Polly, 0 for Sinatra. He was crushed to death. The character appeared in the episode Squeeze and Tooms. Tooms had the unique ability to stretch his body, right? He hid inside an escalator shaft to hibernate. Oh, I thought it was an elevator shaft. Okay, whatever. I was crushed to death. 1 each. So 2-1. The Devil. We both got that one right. Yeah, so that's 3-2. Keith Olbermann. He is a creeper, you fucker. He referred to Gillian Anderson as the thinking man's babe.
I mean, yes, but...
No, wait a minute. Has been referred to, not by him. He held up a photo of Gillian Anderson and said that it was because he wanted to meet Scully. That's the photo you jerk off to, isn't it, Olbermann? You creepy fucking prick. 4-2. He held up a photo of an actress and said, I'd love to meet this woman. Fuck Trump. Even though that wouldn't happen for 15 years.
I have met her.
You've met Gillian Anderson?
Yeah, did acting masterclass.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Don't fuck around. She's hot as hell and I have a crush on her. Are you serious?
Yeah, she's also a fucking idiot.
Are you serious?
She ain't got clue. She just had a lucky break and is now just like, oh, I'm a fucking proper actor, you know? Fucking, there was one guy there and he was just like, is there anything I can do? Because you can be the best at acting as you want, but some people you need like a fucking gimmick or something like that. And she just went, I guess you could have an arm amputated or what? That was your legit answer? We're all looking at each other. Is she joking? But no one laughed.
Well, maybe she just told a joke that fell flat.
Maybe it did. Didn't seem like it.
So, other than that, overall, she came across as an idiot?
That's the most memorable bit of it. Yeah, not a lot happened to be.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, it was.
Huh.
I've always found actors that aren't household names generally try a lot harder,
Yeah. And actors who have bothered to try their time on the stage tend to be better actors because they have to do it night after night and they know the work ethic and shit. That's my guess at what I've tended to notice. People from the stage tend to be better in front of the camera.
Can you name anything else that Gillian Anderson was in? She released a single. I remember that.
She had a song, like a single?
She had a song, yeah.
Oh, no, I don't remember that. Other things that she's been in, she's done a number of audiobooks. She was in a movie where she played a nun. No, I don't really remember anything else she's been in. A movie or TV series where she was a nun? No, I don't really remember.
Well, I mean, it was just lucky break,
Yeah. So we both went with Dick Van Dyke. Fantasy Island was the correct answer. Okay. Apartment Damage, we both got that right, so that puts it at 5-3.
Yep.
He was a scientist. We both got that right, so that puts us at 6-4. He was from New York, not Boston. So that puts it at 6-3. And it was April. You guessed Raymond, and I guessed whatever the other one was, so we both got that wrong. And then finally, The Escape from Antarctica, which we both got right. So the final score is 8-4.
Yep.
8-4. So, Paulie knows twice as much about X-Files as Sinatra does. Yay! The average score is 6 out of 10. You scored 8 out of 10. I'm way above average.
Oh, what a fun game.
I know you enjoyed it. Well, it was...
I got 9 out of 10.
It was X-Files knowledge throwdown. We were going to do it. We've done... see, you guys got to go against each other instead of working in tandem on Archer or Supernatural or whatever. We got to do that. Because when we have done trivia, you guys kind of work together. You should go against each other and see who knows more about a show that both of you know a fuck ton about, like Supernatural.
Problem is Sinatra cheats.
Well, that's the problem in every game that we play, though. It's not cheats.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
That,
You should play that.
That's why Who to Tard is a good game. It's tough to cheat at. You know,
Played that on Monday.
we didn't play Who to Tard on Monday, did we?
No, you weren't here. Sinatra
Oh,
wasn't
that's
here.
right. I had to leave
had,
early. Right.
Steve Dave and Lamented Guide came in, and it was a photo of Britney Spears. We took down all the squares, and they still didn't get who it was.
What?
It was a harrowing experience, man.
I don't know why you picked the two people
What?
with a combined IQ of 38.
Ouch!
They showed up.
What? Ouch! Jesus Christ! Holy fuck.
The long game.
Best audience on YouTube. Like,
I'm
wow,
sat there
man.
all the while,
Holy
I'm
shit.
waiting for them to go, it's got to be this one, it's got to be this one. And I've got it queued as soon as it's Britney Spears. I was going to, yes, it's Britney, bitch. And it never happened. Fuck.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of our show. I'd like to thank everyone for being here. I would certainly like to thank everybody who donated. It is greatly and sincerely appreciated because I'm Poe. I'm very, very Poe right now. I can't even buy projectiles. It's true. I've reloaded everything I have. Like Sinatra can't buy ammunition. Fuck it, I can't even buy the components to reload ammunition. So it's greatly appreciated.
Man, I felt you on that one.
It's like I can't even practice. I'm just doing dry fire shit right now, and the dry fire regimen I'm doing out of Steve Anderson's book. The idea is go to the range once a week, do dry fire 4 days, and on the 5th day go to the range and practice what you've been studying, sort of thing. And it's like I can't. I don't have any ammo, man. All I've got is the few boxes of self-defense ammo, and it's really stupid to fire, federal HST into a berm. You know what I mean? You don't do that. You keep yourself.
Yeah, my brother was like, "You want to go shooting?" I'm like, "Yes." Can I use your ammo? He's like, "No." I'm like, "Then never mind."
Yeah, the shitty situation. So yeah, the money is greatly appreciated. Sinatra, what do you got coming up for us, man?
We got a video going up on the second channel. Right meow. Go check that out.
Sweet. Are you doing a rollover? You doing anything after the show? What are you doing after
I
the
got
show?
shit to do.
You got shit to do. Okay, Drunkle, what's coming up from you, man? Oh, I saw the video. Loved it. Everyone should go check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It
was good.
Nothing out today. I should be working on something on Friday, though, hopefully.
But you should.
But its schedule will be slightly off because the new schedule is supposed to be able to have a video today, which goes out to patrons first. Obviously, that hasn't happened because I was quite hungover today. So yeah, I'll work it on Friday and patrons first, and then it'll come out on Monday to everyone else.
Sweet. Are you doing a rollover?
I am not, sir.
You're
The
not?
aforementioned hangover.
No. Okay. Well, you should go ahead and throw the link to your video in chat for those who haven't seen it yet, because you go check it out. I mean, he doesn't do videos very often, so when he does, you should check him out. Oh yeah, and
they're made with love, Polly. They're made with love.
Oh, I think anyone could tell that who saw them. You felt the warm fuzzies. And over on my channel, if you haven't watched, I do a Philip Marlowe short read. You know what I find really disappointing? I'm not gonna lie. When I put up a video that's 1 minute and 45 seconds long, it's just a clip from The Long Goodbye, the classic Raymond Chandler neo-noir detective or noir detective novel. And it's only 1 minute and 45, and the average view time is 1 minute 30. And it's like,
no.
It's like, that hurts. Like, it was my.
Couldn't spare the 15 seconds, you cunt.
Well, it's like, is my read that bad, or is your attention span that short? What is happening? Whatever the answer is, I really want to know. Either way, you can go check that out over on my channel. I do it for fun. And you can also check out my 6 hours of a screen so dark red you'd think it's black. And that has an average view time of 49 minutes. For fuck's sake. I'm not even making that number up. It literally is 49 minutes average view time.
Well, it is soothing.
As it was meant to be. Yep. Okay, thank you, everybody. Where are they going to catch us next, Drunkle?
We're going to be back on Friday on the Sinatra Says channel at 10:30 p.m. GMT, 5:30 Central. 9:30 GMT, that's it.
5:30
GMT plus 1.
And Christmas.
9:30 plus GMT plus 1, 5:30 EST, 4:30 Central.
Okay, do that all over again and include Christmas Island. Wow, that was
It's a difficult
I
difficult
understand.
time of year
I get
for me,
it.
man.
I hear you.
Like,
It's
the
fine.
time difference on its own, and then the fucking change an hour, and then you gain an hour, and everyone goes, "It's easy. It's fucking fall forward, spring, fall back, spring forward." I don't know, because you can spring back, you can spring forwards. I've fallen in many different directions. The saying itself doesn't fucking help. We're going to be back on Friday on the Sinatra Says channel at 9:30 p.m. GMT +1, 10:30 p.m. EST, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island.
Woo! Did it? No flaws. That's a trained man there. Wow.
Use take 3.
The education shows through. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Gillian Anderson.
You brought so much talent. We just couldn't help but get better by your presence. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you again for the donations. We will see you on Friday. And yes, Noir Bar on Friday night as well. So be there for that. Yay. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Oh, yeah.